Okay, testing audio. Audio looks good. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay, 1 second. Okay, I think I didn't have you in my speakers. Can you say something?
What's up?
There you are. All right, perfect.
How are you doing?
Doing real good.
Good.
Okay, can you hear me okay? Absolutely. Okay, 1 second.
Excited?
Yes, very excited. Okay, I think
Absolutely.
I didn't have you in my speakers. Can you say something?
What's up?
There you are. All right, perfect. Oh, my stream is totally
How are you doing?
feedbacking on me
doing
right
real
now.
good.
1 second. Okay, that needs to go away. Hey, Donald, can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, good, okay. I was messing with my audio, but looks like everything's good now.
Sweet. Darian said he's going to be a few minutes late.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Fantastic.
It looks like we are just waiting on our other member,
Mm-hmm.
Till Raven, or Till Raven, one or the other.
It could be Till Robin.
And
So-
that is the music channel.
Okay.
I was like, right on cue. Never mind.
No, yeah. I just had to put dinner in the oven. How's everyone's past couple of weeks been?
It's been good. Been all right.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
You started the school year, so everything is more exciting on campus now.
There you
Nice.
go.
Yeah.
Everything's always more exciting on campus. All right, let me add these tokens in. I'm gonna see if there's just like base paladin tokens. That way we can have them as your retainers.
Darian, your audio is kind of low, and I'm trying to adjust you on my end, but I'm just not getting enough of you.
Oh, you're good. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
There we go. Yeah, I just had to be closer to my mic.
Okay. Looks like Till Raven's here.
Hello.
Oh,
Let me do an ad. One. Here's two. And then here's paladin.
are we using the maps that you made?
Yeah, we'll be using the maps.
Alright.
I am just getting some tokens set before we fully begin. I'm just gonna do 3 of these guys. They'll all be the same. And I may adjust the tokens later to be more token-esque, but these will be good as retainers. Perfect, so let me go ahead. I will start up the activity. That way you can all join.
Let me make sure my hardware acceleration is on.
You're good. And then it's going to be Age of Worms. There we are.
It definitely is on. Cool.
Allow access.
Did I?
There you go. So you should have access to everything. If you're wanting to make sure you have more of the window available on Discord, you're just going to want to like collapse those like little bars and stuff on the side. That way it'll make it easier for you.
Yeah, is there an option to collapse them? I'm looking for that right now.
Yes, it's the 3 little bars at the top right, and then the arrow at the top left. That'll collapse all those bars. Once you get into the Roll20 there.
Oh, wait. I haven't gotten to the Roll20 yet, my bad. Okay,
Good.
there we go.
Let me go get my notes up.
Is this the one with the diamond and 8? You're in control of the map, right?
I am, and you can move the map around yourself as well. Because now that you're on here, I'm going to go ahead and give you control of your character. Controlled by you. And I'll go ahead and ping focus for everybody. That way everyone gets sent to like the same area.
Sweet. Sweet.
Irenaeus. Brian here. Until Raven.
It is pronounced Irenaeus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been practicing, so I don't screw it up again. We'll just wait for confirmation from Till Raven before we begin, because I obviously don't want to start until she's also ready.
I'm having trouble logging in to Roll20.
Uh-oh.
You have to log in?
Yeah,
When you launch up, you have to log in.
and it's not my password because I just put the wrong password in, and now it tells me the wrong password has been entered. When I put the right one in, it says, looks like something went wrong.
You can try it through the browser to
Okay.
see if it'll help you that way.
Just Roll20.
Yeah, just roll20.net.
Okay.
Log in through there, see if it's just something like if you reset the password, then you should be able to log in through the Discord if you want after getting on the.
No, I'm already logged in. That might be why I'm already logged in a different place, but I mean I'm in now.
You just popped up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and focus ping one more time just to be safe. Oh, goodness. Well, welcome everyone to our game of D&D Age of Worms, upgraded to the 5th edition. I am very, very excited to have all of you here. We are going to have a very fun time, I believe. This will be one of the first like scripted really campaigns that I run. I've run a couple of modules before, but this one's like little out of left field because this isn't like an official module. But I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, before we begin, Tilraven, are you good? You can just like type just like a word or something just to let us know you're good. Because I obviously don't want to like
I'm
go
here.
on without you. Okay, perfect.
I'm just
Yeah, I didn't.
pushed to talk because I've got a 4-year-old in my lap.
That makes sense. Yep. Just wanted to make sure that you were good to go, and then I will go ahead and get music up. You can let me know when you're either streaming or recording, Irenaeus.
I'm already recording. I'm already streaming.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
then let me go ahead and get the music up. We're gonna go with. Don't need to do something. There we go. We'll go with Peaceful Travel.
Oh, do we actually have to turn on the meet?
No, I have the music on my end. It's gonna come through Discord, so
Okay.
you'll hear it. Audio, keyboard input. There we go. And if I need to turn it up or turn it down, like on my end, you can let me know, so it's not like too overbearing. All
I
right.
think that's like at a perfect level.
Yep.
Yep. And if you need to adjust it, you just click on the music profile there. You know, right click, and you can just adjust the user volume.
Just crank it up.
Well then, welcome everyone to D&D Age of Worms. We have all of our characters here today, which is Irenaeus, our wonderful paladin, Joneld Inring, who's our rough and tough fighter, and then we have Tilraven, who is our lone wolf cleric. Everyone has come from different parts of the world. You've all traveled to this town for one reason or another, in search for answers, in search for glory, in search for a purpose. Coming into this town, all of you have had your backstories told. As you approach in, you see the bustling streets of this city, each one of you. And you see that the town definitely seems worse for wear. It seems to be a rougher town as you go along what is called the Vein. Seems to be many thug-likes that walk the streets, eyeing you, almost looking like they're trying to figure out if there's something they can steal off of you. As each one of you begin to approach the middle of the Vein in this larger district, and you see a tavern off in the distance called the Feral Dog. Each one of you think, maybe there's a chance that I could get answers for what I'm looking for in there, because there's no better place to gather answers than in a tavern. We start off with Joneld Inring. You will be the first to arrive to this tavern. As you begin to approach it, you hear laughter, you hear shouting, and you hear just all kinds of commotions coming from inside of this tavern. As you begin to approach it, readying yourself to try to find these stronger opponents that you were promised.
All right. So I open the doors and I walk in. What do I see?
As you push open the doors, a chair immediately flies to the wall and just shatters as it hits next to you. You see a bar fight currently happening with what looks like one of the barmaids trying to break it up, as the two gentlemen appear to be pummeling each other. He looks at one of them and says, "You cheated. You definitely were cheating there." He goes, "You have no proof that I was cheating. I'm just better at darts than you." As they begin to try to go after each other, and the barmaid steps in between them, saying, "Boys, boys, you have to understand, you can't fight in here or I'm gonna have to kick you out. If you want to fight, you gotta step outside." They kind of look at each other, and they just walk away. The barkeep just shakes his head and sees you as you walk in, Jonald, and he says, "Hey, newcomer, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Come on over here if you're looking for work or if you need a drink."
Oh, I've been traveling for miles. I could use a drink, sir.
Come on over then.
I walk on over to the bar.
Yep. As you stay over, you see him polishing a mug, and he looks at you and says, "You're not from around these parts, are you?"
No, sir. I come from down under.
And says, "Far travels?"
Yes. From the Underdark.
The Underdark.
I
That
am
is
a
a far
Dwergar,
travel.
as you see, and I pull off my hood.
He looks at you and says, "We don't get many of your kind around here.
Oh,
So just
I
so
can
you
imagine.
know, as long as you don't cause trouble, you won't have any from us. You understand?"
Oh, you have my complete understanding, sir. I am not like my kind. My kind tend to be rowdy and obnoxious and very morally questionable, but I am not like that, sir.
He kind of stares at you for a second. He's like, "I mean, that was pretty on the nose, but all right. What would you like to drink?"
May I see a menu, sir?
He says, "Absolutely. If you can go to the Discord if you would like, on the free to post or wherever you want. I believe if you do exclamation point menu, it'll pop up a list of items that is available for you to purchase if you would like.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, let me double check. Make sure it's exclamation point consume space menu. That's what it is. My bad. And then so you'll be, there you go. So you'll be looking through everything, trying to figure out what you would like to eat. And at this time, we're gonna say Till Raven is going to be approaching here. And Till Raven, you begin to follow a few leads into this town, as this is where you believe you last saw that group that had destroyed your home come through. So you're here to ask a few questions.
All right. So it's been a while since I was in any sort of society, but I do think I would remember that taverns are where people gather and chat.
That is correct.
And so I'll find one.
You come across the Feral Dog. This seems to be a pretty rough and tough place, as there's a member of it coming out. This small halfling man seems to be throwing his arms up, not paying attention to where he's going, "I know he cheated. I know he cheated at the darts." And then he just runs into you and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry," as he looks straight up at you, a little shocked by how tall you are. He goes, I apologize. I didn't mean to run into you."
Well, I'm not quite sure how you missed me, little one.
He says, "Oi, don't call me little. I got a big heart. That's what counts. That's what my mom always used to say."
Well, forgive me if I think that technically my heart is probably larger, but not any judgment on you.
He seems to be slightly confused by what you're saying, as almost as if he doesn't process it quietly. So he tries to think. He goes, "Yes, you're right. So just what's where you're going from now on?" As he tries to like get around you and walk away. He doesn't really understand like what you said completely. it's possible that he's not completely there and he may be inebriated.
Well, maybe take your too large heart and your too small feet off to rest.
Well, maybe I will. As he continues to walk into town, swaying side to side a bit as he's leaning against a few of the buildings as he's trying to walk down the road.
Do I see the person he was accusing of cheating, or did that person stay inside?
That person stayed inside.
All right, I'll head in.
As you head in, you notice that it's a bit of an awkward silence in the place, as it definitely seems like a fight was just broken up, so people are trying to like keep their cool. The barmaid's looking around, looking a bit agitated at everyone. You can see the barkeep look up at you as he is currently serving a drink to what looks to be a small dwarven man, potentially, who has much darker skin. And then he like waves you over and says, "If you need anything, I'm here to help."
I could use a light ale.
He says, "Then step on over to the bar. I've got you covered." As you sit down at the bar, you sit next to this very small, what looks to be like almost a dwarven man. And you sit next to John Eld Enring, and this is where you may introduce yourselves.
I'll first order my stuff, and I'm trying to figure out how to subtract it from my
Oh, your gold?
yes.
If you're wanting to buy something, you would do the exclamation point consume, and then you would do space and then type out the item that you're wanting.
Does it automatically remove it from my D&D on gold?
Yes, it will.
That's dope. Okay, let me try this.
It may not show up right away, as you'll have to refresh your page on D&D Beyond for it to show up, but it will automatically remove from it.
You said it's in the free to roll, something like that?
Yeah, you can do it in the free to post if you want. Free to post or in the like rolling an initiative. Either way is fine.
Consume soup. Wait, so is it the question?
Yep, it would be exclamation point, consume, space, soup. There you go. So then it removes 5 copper pieces from you. And you consumed the soup.
Also, I'm gonna do eggnog.
There you go.
Am I drunk? Wait, what? Intoxication factor?
You are not drunk.
Okay.
Eggnog does have light alcohol in it, but you do not have any like drunken points or anything.
Okay. Cool.
So,
okay. So I start eating
you
my food.
You watch this Goliath sit next to you.
I stop and I'm like, looking up and I'm like, well, hello there. What is your name?
I'm Till Raven.
Oh, well, I am Donald. It is a pleasure to meet you. And I hold out my hand and I try to shake yours.
I pause for a moment and then, oh, yes. And reach out and grab your hand and probably have to put both hands there so I can be sure I'm actually holding it correctly.
It's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am. What brings you around these parts?
Oh, well, I'm a bit...
If you guys need a reminder of kind of like why you're here, I can send you a bit of the backstory that I wrote of what we did in the session 0 to each of you guys privately, if you want, so you can like look over it.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
I'm mostly here because I have nowhere else specifically to be, and I think the people that are somewhat responsible for that might be in this town.
Oh, yes? So old friends, maybe, or old foes, or new foes.
I suppose it's possible it wasn't malicious, and if that's the case, I would just want to learn why and see if they would help compensate me by setting me back up.
I
If it
hear you.
wasn't malicious in the first place.
That is a very reasonable point. Me myself, I am here to go on new adventures, to get out of the house, get out of town, explore the wilderness, find challengers who are willing to fight. I am a fighter myself at heart.
You sound like my brothers.
Oh yes, your brothers sound like good fights.
Seems like all my family's interested in.
But not you, I assume.
I'm a bit of a small weakling.
I beg to differ on the small part, but who am I to judge?
Well, I'm certainly small on the muscle side, at least compared to my family.
Well, if they are larger than you, ma'am, then that must be a terrible sight to see in the best way possible. And I sort of just like flex my muscles a little bit.
During that encounter, the barkeep is just shaking his head, thinking, we're getting some weirdos into this town. As we move over to Irenaeus. Irenaeus, you and your posse slowly begin to come into town, as most of the people here are actually staying out of your way. Rather than them eyeing you, seeing if there's something they could potentially steal off of you, they are a bit more afraid, as though the retainers behind you definitely seem like they are in training. To them, they still look formidable and give this worrisome feel to them, as most people here feel like they're about to be judged by some kind of knight or executioner almost. As you slowly begin to approach the middle of the vein, you see many people looking at you and beginning to whisper. But there you can see the feral dog, the place that you were given to go to, potentially to find a group to join you on your journeys in the mission that you've been given.
Well, I approach the feral dog and open the door.
As you approach the feral dog, the retainers that you have with you, they say, "Sir, shall we come inside with you, or do you wish for us to stay out here?"
Oh, I would very much enjoy the company. Please join me inside.
They say, "Very good, sir," with smiles on their face, as they seem kind of excited to actually like go into this tavern. And all of you go in, and when they hear the sound of this clanking heavy armor, the whole place falls silent, and everyone turns their heads to look at you guys, including Jonald and Tilraven, as you guys see what looks like 4 paladins in just like heavy armor, just stepping into the feral dog, and it becomes a very like tense silence, where everyone else around you can just feel the worry coming off of them, as they think someone's about to get arrested.
I break the silence like, "Welcome! All are welcome here. Come get a drink, friend."
And I smile and I say, "Excellent." I approach the bar and address the barkeep. And I say, "What are you serving here?"
He says, "Well, we're serving all kinds of ales, all kinds of food. The real question is, what exactly are you doing here?" That's the wrong voice. What exactly are you doing here?
There you are. Well, my story is my own for now. What concerns
You're not
you?
here to cause any trouble, are you?
Well, let's just say that the trouble I'll be causing might not necessarily be in this tavern. But I've said too much. It's been a long journey, and I could use an ale and 3 from my friends here.
Well, that is much appreciated, sir. You don't have to do that, but
I wasn't referring to this guy.
oh, okay. My bad, my misunderstanding, sir.
The barkeep just shakes his head again at John Eldenring and just goes, "I'll get you your drinks." As if you want to do it in the free to post or wherever, you can type out the command. Just do 1, but we'll minus off the coin for enough for all of your friends, for all of your posse.
Yes, I understand. There's free to post. And so what is it again? I'm still learning this. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. It is the exclamation point,
Yeah.
consume,
Okay.
space, and then you'll just put ale, and then that'll automatically take it from your coin on D&D Beyond,
Okay.
and then we will, because
Okay.
it's 4 copper pieces.
My only question was, it doesn't have to be in my inventory for that command to work. Is what you're saying.
It
Okay.
does not have to be in your inventory.
I understand.
Yeah, and then to remove the coin is just exclamation point G space coins
Mhm.
space, and then you would do 12 or minus 12 CP, and that'll remove 12 copper pieces for the rest of the drinks.
Got it.
The coins, it should automatically convert it.
Well, it's
Yes, just you type yes,
okay.
because it's basically him giving you like change.
I see. Okay.
Wait, what was the change? What did you do?
Well,
He bought ales for his retainers.
Yeah, but what was the coin thing you did?
Oh, you had to set it up to allow it to convert from other coins, because if you don't have all the copper pieces, it's just going to convert it. It's like the character just giving you change back.
yeah.
That's fine. As long as I have my right amount of money, that shouldn't.
So, Irenaeus, you sit down at the bar. He serves you your ale as you're sitting next to this large Goliath woman,
Hmm.
and right next to her seems to be this small Druger. And then
And-
your retainers are sitting at a table close by.
Uh,
because
thank-
they can't sit at the bar with you.
Thank you. I was gonna say the same thing. Go ahead.
No, you're good. As you sit there, you're all served your drinks. The barkeep asks all of you guys and say, "You're an odd bunch. We don't normally see really any of your kind around here, except for you." As he points to Uranus, he goes, "You're pretty standard around here.
Good to know.
But I can tell that each one of you definitely aren't from this town. So, what exactly brings all of you here?"
Well, I'm following a group of people that destroyed my home. It could potentially have been an accident, but it probably wasn't. And I'm hoping to have a nice little conversation with them and arrange compensation.
Hmm.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss. He looks over to Irenaeus and says, "And what? I know you said your business is your own, but mind asking exactly what you're looking for in town? Perhaps I can point you around."
Well, I was told that there's a great evil coming to the city of the Diamond Lake, and I'm told that is where I am right now.
You're one of those, are you? You're one of the doomsday people, huh?
Well, let's just say I'm overly cautious.
Nothing wrong with that. Can always use a few more adventurers trying to keep everybody safe.
Indeed.
Are there people that think there's a specific evil coming? A doomsday group of some sort?
There's
Well-
been rumors floating around town. And again, you always get the crazies coming around saying that the world is going to end in all these different ways, but there's been a theme recently. Doesn't really seem anything to be worried about, but there's a few people that have been whispering that there's this group that's been moving into some of the caverns, and no one's been able to prove anything, obviously.
What do this group wear, supposedly?
Honestly, I wouldn't even know. All I've heard are rumors, and I try to stay out of rumors myself. I try to stick to the truth if I can.
Ah, well, then you are quite unusual, as I understand it, among people who actually tend to be around other people. I haven't really been in many years.
I see. Why is that?
I was a bit of an oddball among my family, a weakling, and didn't quite fit with their notions of entertainment. So I wandered off on my own and found an abandoned cottage.
It's beautiful.
Uh,
Well,
Well,
the barkeeper looks at you and says, "Ma'am, I do not mean to judge by appearances, but if you're considered weak amongst your people, as the small one said, I would be very afraid to meet the rest of your family."
they're not usually violent for the sake of it, but more for the joy of competing, and never really made much sense to me.
He looks at Jonald and says, "Then why exactly are you here? You seem to be the more peppy of the group here, of at least these two."
Out of game, you said, did someone tell me about Diamond Lake, or did I figure it out on my own?
You found this place on your own. You were just told to go to the surface because there's really strong, like opponents here.
Okay. Well, I followed a cart. Looked like a trader to the nearest town because I came from the Underdark, and well, I'm looking for just challengers to fight and have a sporty fight, in the world. I've pretty much fought everybody in my hometown, and I'm just looking for the next challenge.
Says, "Well, if you're looking for the next challenge, I might be able to point you in the right direction." Says, "Normally we have some annual fights that come around every once in a while, and winners get free drinks. If you want to sign up, you've actually got to talk to the mayor for that, which I believe all of you could benefit from talking to the mayor. If you're all looking for something within town or some kind of purpose, maybe even wanting to know more about this rumor, he's the guy to go to."
Thank you for the information.
yep, I nod my head. Thank you.
He points over to one of the tables and says, "Mayor Neff is right there." And you see this heavier set, what looks like human, long red beard, no hair on top. He definitely seems like he eats well. We'll just say that. And he is currently what looks to be about 7 or 8 mugs of ale into his day, as he just slams it down on the table and goes, "I would like another, please." Barmaid, go get him another one. He says, "Whenever you're ready, you can talk to him. Other than that, take your time. I'll get you whatever you need, drinks, food. You're welcome here as long as you don't cause any trouble."
So I turn to Jonald and I said, "Do you want to talk first or me?"
By all means, you go first.
So I'm gonna approach the mayor, and in my, well, how do I put this? Well, let's keep it simple. I'm just gonna approach the mayor and just give him a greeting. The name's Irenaeus, and I hear there's some things going on in this town.
He looks up at you. You can see his face is very flush. He's squinting his eyes as if he's trying to focus in on you. He goes, "I don't remember ordering a security detail." Did I do that?
You did not, but I am a paladin of the Order of Foltus, and if security is what you need, that is something me and my and my people here can provide.
No, I don't need security. I'm the toughest guy around. No one's gonna mess with me.
Is that right? And
That's right.
as I say that, I kind of glance over at my new friend at the bar.
You look over at Jonold, who's just sitting there enjoying his drink. He says, "But you're asking about the people that are in the caves.
The
Is that
people
right?"
in the caves.
He wasn't very quiet when he said it, so Jonold, just as hearing it, he goes, "Shh." He puts his finger on Jonold's like mouth and kind of like moves it around. Don't be so loud. It hurts my head. Like, yes, the people in the caves.
What is these people in the caves you refer of?
Well, I hear that there's a group of cannibals living in one of our mines.
Well, that's a terrifying thought.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to get rid of them.
How
So
many cannibals are we talking? Are we talking one or are we talking many?
Probably like 100 or something.
Oh man.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? Is my entourage within hearing
I would say so. I'd say
earshot?
they're within earshot.
Within earshot. Okay, I'm gonna glance over at them and sort of. I give them a sort of a nod, as in we may have just found what the angel sent us here for.
They look at each other and they're like, "All right, I guess we need to prepare." As each of them down their drink, slam it onto the table, and then
Sorry,
they stand
sir.
up.
But did you just say angel?
I did not say that in character.
Oh,
No, that
okay.
was out of character.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a group of them that came into town not too long ago. They came in from, I can't remember where, but I know it was out that way, pointing in the direction that Till Raven came from. I believe is the west.
Is
Do they wear black?
Well, I mean, when they're in the caves, you can't really see them, so I would assume that they do.
Hooded robes, triangle symbol somewhere.
My memory is a little fuzzy. Maybe another drink would help me remember. As he kind of like holds the mug up to you, like.
Isn't the
trying to say that
opposite usually true?
No,
Yes,
no,
usually.
The more I drink, the better my memory is. Trust me.
What I'm going to do is I'll say allow me, and I'm going to approach the bar and lean into the barkeep and say, "Do you have anything low grade?"
He says, "I can pour you some water and just put a few drops of ale in it. That way, you still gets a bit of kick."
I'll take it.
He gives it to you for free. You know, don't need to pay anything.
All right, and I go over and I deliver this to the mayor.
He grabs it. He takes a drink and drinks about half of the mug before putting it down. You know, I think my memory is coming back to me. I believe they do wear black cloak with a triangle on it. Yep, I'm almost 100%. Tell you what, this is starting to become a bit of an issue. I keep losing a lot of miners. So, what if you three take care of the problem for me? If you do, I will give you 10 silver pieces and answer any questions that you have.
What do y'all think of this?
I'm well, as a noble paladin, I must say I'm not in this for the money. As difficult as that may be, but yes, no, I'm completely. This sounds like something worth our time. Then I want to put my attention over to Raven. Raven, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you in? Perhaps
Silence.
Perhaps she didn't hear. I don't know.
She's probably dealing with her kid at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fine.
But Till Raven, if you can hear, they are asking if you would like to join them in potentially going to this this mine and dealing with these cannibals.
Oh, of course.
Well, then it sounds like we have a deal. As he attempts to stand up, but he's a little too close to the table and can't stand up. He begins to push away from the table, and the table moves instead of his chair.
I help him stand up.
He stands up and goes, "Thank you, son."
You're welcome.
And he reaches his hand out, like kind of wavering back and forth for one of you to shake his hand.
I grab his hand and I shake it.
And he goes, "Look at how firm handshake there. You must be tough. I think
I am, sir.
You'll be able to handle these cannibals." Ooh, the room's spinning. I think I need to sit back down. So he sits back down. He goes, "Good luck on your journey. I will be here doing very important work right now. But I need another one, please." The barkeep's just shaking her head and goes back to get another very watered down drink. So then, you all begin to make your way out of the feral dog.
Mm-hmm.
You were given the information that you must go to Crater Ridge Mine, which is where the incident is currently taking place.
Okay.
Yeah. So this will be more of an RP moment, solely because the map for Crater Ridge doesn't come up until you're a little bit deeper into the mine, but not the end of the world. So if you guys would like to RP a little bit as you're like quote unquote walking there, it's up to you, and then I'll just describe it as you get closer.
So I'm assuming we're walking down the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So I turned to Telraven and I said, "So Telraven, what did you? So you say you lived alone in a cottage. What did you do with your time?"
Well, I studied the books that the previous owner had left behind, and it's perhaps not quite accurate to say that the cottage was abandoned, but he no longer had much use of it when I found him.
How interesting. So, what kind of books did you read?
Some obscure philosophical texts and things like that. Not anything that would interest most people, I suppose. Certainly not anything that would interest most of my family.
Oh yes, I know about being the ugly duckling of the family myself. My order didn't quite understand me as well, and I find myself sort of venturing off on my own right now.
really on your own, are you? Didn't they send some companions with you?
I look back at them as you say that, and I don't know how to. I basically say yes, they did. Sure, yeah, I suppose so. And then I whispered to you. I said they're really more my servants. They're not really my family, if you know what I mean. But I didn't. But they didn't.
I
Yeah.
don't understand the difference.
Well, I come from a very noble family, very rich family, and yeah, and I start rambling on about sort of, sort of arrogantly about my status and my privilege, and after a while I said, I catch myself and I said, okay, well, I think I've spoken enough, but forgive me. Sometimes I do tend to ramble.
As you like finish up your quote unquote ramble,
Mm-hmm.
you guys begin to approach this mine. Give me 1 second. Make sure. Do I have? Okay, cool. Yep. As you currently approach the mine, you see that there are people coming in and out of it. The people who are coming out are obviously very, very like dirty and blackened just from like the smut and everything that is inside of the mine. And the people who are going in look like they're like exchanging cards as they're switching out their shifts. And there seems to be one person who is in guard attire who seems to be watching the entrance, like making sure everyone who's coming in is authorized to be there. As you approach him, this half-elf stops you and he says, "Hold on one moment. Do you have authority to be in this place?"
That depends, sir. Is the mayor an authority?
He says, "The mayor is an authority, but do you have proof that you are allowed here?"
Well, he did ask us to try to put an end to the cannibals that are in the deep parts of the mine.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. And you can do that in the rolling an initiative, or I guess you do that just through D&D Beyond.
They're 13, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
11.
11. He looks a bit shocked for a second. He says, "You're here to take care of the cannibals.
Aye.
The three of you?"
Aye.
Yes.
Why do you look so surprised?
Well, I mean, everyone's terrified of them, and rumor has it there's got to be at least 50 down there.
50. I'm beginning to find this story difficult to believe. Unless I suppose they eat other things as well, because I think that it would be very difficult to sustain a community of 50 without completely destroying this community by now.
He puts his hand to his chin. He goes, "You know, you have a point. Didn't really think about it that way. Maybe like 48 of them then."
Aye, that makes a little more sense.
Well, I suppose in a community of cannibals, the number usually tends to tick down. So
Maybe we
Yeah.
could just seal them in where they are so that they take care of the problem themselves.
He says, "Well, we did kind of try that. There was a cave-in not too long ago, and somehow they still kept getting people. But you'd be more than happy for you to look for yourself. I mean, if the mayor sent you, I'll trust your words." So he moves out of the way and gestures, allowing you guys into the mine.
all right. Well, eager for some action. I take the lead and walk right on in.
As you walk in, your retainers are like, Sir, I don't believe we're well equipped for this area. It may be wise for us to potentially stay out here and guard for any trouble, potentially if any of the cannibals try to escape.
Of course. Keep yourself safe.
They all in unison say, "Yes, sir."
I have a question. Are your servants, are they just like normal people that have been given to follow you, or are they like summoned?
They're normal people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very feature of the noble background.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you're given 3 retainers. They just can't help in combat, and they don't go into dangerous areas.
Oh, I see. Well, if you guys are ready, I'm ready to head in.
Yes. Let's do it.
Are you also ready, Tilraven?
Oh, yes.
As you begin to head in, you notice that the mine is staffed by a diverse group of miners. There are humans, dwarves, and gnomes that you see a majority of. Every now and then you see a half-elf, half-orc. And you notice some of them seem actually like they're enjoying their work, while others just seem like they really, really don't want to be there. As you head deeper, you notice the people are getting far and fewer between. One of the humans actually like stops you guys and say, she looks at you guys and says, "Excuse me, but where are you all going?"
Well, from what we've heard, we're going to stop with the cannibals that have been killing people.
Hold on one second. Where did that go? Crap. There it is. "You're here for the cannibals?" Voice is going to change here for a second. I apologize.
Are you sure that's a wise idea?
Well, why wouldn't it be? Clearly, this is a problem that needs to be taken care of.
I would agree, and you all seem very well equipped. But it's dangerous down there. We've had adventurers go in before, and I've never seen them come back out.
Well,
If we die, we die doing the right thing.
Well, I guess it's good to know there's still some noble-hearted people in the world.
that there is.
And she begins to go back to her work as she continues to mine out the walls of this cavern. And all of you begin to head deeper inwards.
Mhm.
As you begin to head in, you find several abandoned sections of the mine. You've noticed it's starting to become very, very dark. For Irenaeus and Jonold, it's pretty okay for you, as you can still mostly see in the dark. Tilraven, on the other hand, doesn't have dark vision, so it's becoming harder for her to be able to see anything the deeper you get in without any sort of light. So we will say, Tilraven grabs onto one of your shoulders to kind of keep her guiding along with you guys.
I take a torch and a tinderbox out, and I use it to light the torch, and I hand it to her.
There you go. All right, Tilraven, you've
Oh,
been
thank you.
given a torch. Yeah.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast light at will on my sword, and I'll have
Okay.
it. I'll have my sword drawn. It'll function sort of as a lightsaber, I suppose.
Oh, that's good.
So that gives us a 20
that'll work.
a 20-foot radius, bright light, 20-foot dim light.
Well, then I
Perfect.
guess I will take my torch back if that is all right with you, ma'am.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Guess we have no need for it.
Accidentally starting a fire, I suppose.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I put out my torch and I put it back in my bag.
Gotcha. Yeah, the light cantrip lasts for an hour.
I sort of poke at the glow. I was trying to learn this, but I hadn't quite gotten around to it. It looks quite useful.
Yeah, perhaps I'll show you sometime.
As you begin to head deeper, luckily with your new form of light now, you begin to hear sounds coming from deeper in the cave. It seems like things are moving. As you enter into the cave, I will need either an investigation or a nature check from one of you.
I vote not me.
Who has the highest?
I can tell you it's definitely not me.
I have zeros.
I have negatives. Okay.
Investigation or what?
Nature.
Investigation or nature.
Yeah, that's probably me.
Okay. So then you can go ahead and roll that on your D&D Beyond, and it should pop up on the Discord.
Nice.
18. Good
Looks
roll.
good, yep.
Very good roll. You begin to look at the cave walls, and you realize that this cave, the cave-in that's happened, is not natural. You can absolutely tell that it was deliberately done, as you can it was cut through the area so that the cave would actually cave in on itself.
Did the miners say that they tried to trap these apparent cannibals themselves?
Aye, they did.
Because it looks like they tried to cause, or someone caused this cave in on purpose.
Interesting.
I moved you guys to the proper map now. I'm focus pinging.
Okay.
There you go.
It's all black for me.
Might want to scroll
Yeah.
around.
You're going to want to zoom out. That way you'll see the area that you have. Oh, hold on a second. Oop, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I have to assign your guys' characters. I forgot to do that. For this part. There you go. You see the area ahead of you where you can tell that the ceiling has collapsed in, and there's but a small and narrow passageway to get through right about here.
I mean, narrow as in, I mean, a Goliath isn't going to fit through that, right?
It's big enough for one medium-sized creature to fit through at a time.
I see. What I'd like to do is I'd like to approach the mouth of that, and as I do, unless you have any reaction for me, as I approach, I want to cast Divine Sense.
Divine Sense. Give me 1 second. I gotta remember what it does.
I mean, I can put it in. Can't I put that in Roll20 or something, or does that?
Oh
Not-
yeah, you should be able to.
Of course.
It's like 'cause Divine Sense is your it's one of your abilities, correct? Just as a paladin.
Yeah. But since my character sheet's not in Roll20, I don't know how to do it without just copying and pasting text.
Oh, you're good.
Would you like me to do that?
I'm actually looking at your sheet right now, so I should
Oh,
be able
okay.
to see it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just one of your features. Yeah,
Yeah.
as an action, you can detect good and evil until
Mhm.
the end of your turn. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
And you'll
I'll tick one of
location
those.
Any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is
Mhm.
not behind total cover.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. As you begin to approach the mouth of the cave, you can actually control your character if you would like to
Yep.
approach the mouth of the cave. I think I gave you controls.
Yeah, I got it. So I want to go right here and then cast that. This is where I would cast a spell from, as I understood it.
Gotcha. So, as you peek your head around the corner, you begin to sense something, or you don't sense whatever's up ahead, but you can barely make out its shape. It seems humanoid, but whatever it is not a fiend, celestial, or undead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, um,
Whatever it is, it hasn't noticed you yet.
Okay. I want to turn back to Jonathan Telraven and give them one of these. If you could see my camera, you know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
So
What is it? Do you see any undead? I
This is-
kind of like sneak up behind him.
yeah,
Just a little bit.
and I can say yeah, it's whatever that is. It's not undead, but it's definitely something.
I look back at Tilraven and motion her to get behind, to come where I am.
Okay.
1 second. Emit bright light. Feet. I'm setting your token real quick, Irenaeus,
Mm-hmm.
to emit about 40 feet of light. 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim.
Okay. May I step in, or do we want to take turns?
It is completely up to you guys.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just come right over here.
If you want, you can make a stealth check before stepping in.
Unless
you're wanting to just like alert what's in there.
Let me.
Am I supposed to see his light?
Yeah, you could see my light.
Yeah, you can see the lights. It's coming off of his sword.
I have no intention of look. Let me put it this way: it's not my intention to necessarily intentionally alert them, but I'm not the kind of person who runs stealth checks either. So I'm just simply stepping in to see more of what I can see. That's how I would phrase that.
As you step in, you see at the back of the cave that there are many bones laying about that appear to have been picked clean from many humanoids that have come down here long before you guys. And standing in the cave, you see 3 of these creatures, troglodytes, look over at all of you, and they begin to stand up, and they begin to make sounds as they're getting incredibly aggressive. And I will need everybody to roll initiative. There we go. And to make sure that you're in the initiative properly, just remember about the command real quick. Let me go ahead and send it. Since you rolled through D&D Beyond, which is totally fine, we'll just make sure that you guys have the copy text. Rolling an initiative, paste. There you go. Yeah, so you'll type this out and then replace the rolling an initiative with the number you just rolled. Perfect.
I'm sorry. Replace which one?
Oh, replace the word rolled initiative number with the number that you rolled.
I see.
We do
Which for you would be a.
Six.
You can get rid of the quotations if you want.
Did that work? Oh, there we go.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, I'm getting the hang of this.
Yeah, that's the only time that you guys will really need to do it in there, since you want to mainly use D&D Beyond, just to make sure that the initiative order stays the same, because I don't believe I can add you specifically. You have to add yourselves.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and get the troglodyte. Oh, I need to change the music. This isn't a peaceful moment anymore. We're going to go with this one. Right. number. We need 3 of them. There we go. All right, they've been added into initiative. First up in initiative is Irenaeus.
Really? Amazing.
Yep.
I did not expect that. Okay. Well, I've got I got 30 feet of movement. So I'm gonna go. By the way, I don't know how diagonal works. Is that one?
Diagonal is still just 5 feet.
Great. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
And I'd like to know if so these guys are clearly hostile, right?
Yes, they are very hostile, and they look like they are ready to. They're ready to pounce on you.
Excellent. That's how I like them. So I need a reminder. In D&D Beyond, the damage button with the sword on it and the one without. One was with. Do you remember?
Top one is one-handed. The bottom one is two-handed.
Thank you. Okay.
If you have your shield out, then you can only do it one-handed.
Okay. So I understand now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll. Wait a second. There we go. So I'm gonna attack the one to my left.
Okay. So then you're gonna go ahead and hit that +4 button on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
To hit.
I just
That
did.
is a 22.
Yeah.
That is absolutely gonna hit.
Okay. And here is my damage. A big old 3.
Big old 3.
It's it was. I rolled a 1, but luckily,
Oof.
for some reason, it's. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
That's all right.
All right.
Troglodyte. And you attack Troglodyte number 2.
Yeah.
There we go. TR2 and -3 HP.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So you slash your sword into Troglodyte number 2, and as you feel like you got a good hit on him, you just see it move back up to you and just hiss, almost as if pretty much nothing had just happened to him. These things seem tough to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you can do on your turn, or is
No.
it the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Gotcha. All right, next is John Eld Entering.
All right, so I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, about 30 feet. Wait,
Right there. All right.
can I? Yeah. First question: what is your flanking rules?
We are. The flanking rules are that you have to draw a line straight through them to be able to have flanking. So in your current position, you do not have flanking.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll to do an unarmed strike on this guy. I'm just gonna get my fighter stance and just right in the face.
All right, roll to hit.
Oh. Okay, now why in the world is it telling me I have a +6 or a +4?
A +4 to hit.
One of them says +6, one of them says +4. That doesn't make any sense. Let
That's
me
the
check.
It's because you have 2 different unarmed fighting things.
It should be a +6.
Yeah, so you just click the +6 one.
Okay. Oh, that's
Because-
22.
There you go. Yeah, that's absolutely gonna hit.
All
So
right.
go ahead and roll your damage.
I'm gonna do 11 damage right in the face.
My goodness.
And then after I hit him, I'm gonna use my tavern brawler bonus action to grapple him. So I'm gonna need a opposing athletics check.
All right.
So I got a 23.
My goodness. All right. Here we go. I see. So you said athletics?
Mm-hmm. And you don't get action surge till level 2, right?
Yeah, action surge isn't until level 2 or level 3.
Wow, we've had some good rolls.
Yeah, you did.
Wait, why does it say John Elden Ring?
I do
23,
not-
20?
Oh, I did it the wrong way. My apologies. Sorry. It is MC. There we go. Troglodyte athletics. It is probably not going to pass this.
Oh,
I got a 22, so you beat it just barely.
okay, so now I'm grappling him.
Yeah, so Uranus,
Mhm.
or Irenaeus, I
Yeah.
apologize.
That's okay.
Uranus, you look over as Jonold just rushes forward, and you watch him just land a massive blow on this thing, right across its face, as you see blood just spew from its face, and it loses several teeth. And as it-
Grappling.
Oh, go ahead.
So like, the way grappling works is like if you have an arm free, you can still use that arm, but one hand has to be grappling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like grab it by the neck, like with like my fist.
Okay, and that is what you watch Jonold do to this other creature that is right next to you.
Okay. So impressive.
Next
Thank
is
you,
gonna
sir.
be Troglodyte number 1, who sees its allies in danger, but it is just a creature that is hungry. So it's going to run towards the first creature that's close to it. 10, 15, 20 feet, and it's going to attack you, Irenaeus.
Okay.
And it's going to... It gets 3 attacks.
Cool.
It's gonna do one bite and 2 claws.
Okay.
Bite. First one's a natural 20.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a
Dealing
hit.
6 piercing damage to you. As you feel this other one jump up next to you, and then you just feel it bite down onto you. Now I'm worried about rolling these other 2 attacks. All right, here we go. First one misses, but the second one's gonna hit.
Okay.
As one of it just slides off of your shield, but the other one just gets around it. Jonold, you see Irenaeus is struggling right now. He's very badly hurt. He's down at 2 hit points.
Okay. Question for my next turn: are you allowed to throw a grappled enemy at all?
Technically, but obviously it won't be grappled anymore.
How far can I throw it?
The creature is technically bigger than you. So I would probably make you make an athletics check to see how far you could throw it.
Okay.
But it is Tilraven's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna have to move forward because I can't even see what's going on.
That's
20,
fair.
30. Now I can see.
You can see Irenaeus facing down 2 of these troglodytes. One of them like clamped onto him with its mouth, and he looks really badly hurt. While Jonold has one of them by the throat currently. I do not know if you have any ranged attacks or anything.
Or what's it called? Healing word. I can't remember. Attack level 1.
See a club, a mace, an unarmed attack.
I am sorry my kid tried to make a run for it.
You're good.
So I've got healing word. Which one of my allies looks the worst off?
That would be
That
me.
would be Irenaeus. Irenaeus looks really, really rough right now. See, healing word. Yeah,
Okay.
range of 60 feet.
So yeah, Uranus is going to get a healing word.
Okay. You can go ahead and click on that healing word then, and it should click cast, and it should pop up in the in the Discord.
Six.
And you are healed 6 hit points. I can go ahead and adjust that on this end.
That's a bonus action, correct?
I don't know.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
bonus action.
Yeah.
You can dash or do another. I forget your spell rule. Could she cast another spell up for that?
Cantrip.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Mind Sliver at one of the ones on Irenaeus.
Okay. Which one are you wanting to cast it on?
The closer one.
Got you, Mind Sliver, and it needs to make an intelligence saving throw. So if it fails the intelligence saving throw, it is going to take 3 damage.
And take a penalty to its next save this round.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a penalty to a grappling check. Wait, which one did she hit?
That would be TR2.
Okay, never mind.
I believe it absolutely failed. It's a 7.
All right, so it's hurt, and it can't, or its next save takes a penalty. All right, that's all I can do this turn.
It is Troglodyte number 3's turn. It is currently grappled by Jonold. But just because it's grappled doesn't mean it can't attack.
It's a disadvantage though, right?
I believe so. I'm checking real quick. Gotta double check the grapple rule.
It doesn't specifically state it, but then there is some websites that do state it. It's like official D&D. I don't know.
Yeah. Grappling. Oh no, my computer froze. Or not my computer, but my web browser. I can look it up on my phone. Ah, there it went. There we go. All right, grappling. Grappling uses an attack. Yeah, I believe it makes an attack at you with disadvantage. Yeah, grappled. Here we go. The grappled creature speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed. Condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. Condition also ends if it removes the grappled creature from its reach or the grappler or grappling effect, such as... Oh, so no, it does not get disadvantage. Its speed becomes 0. Basically, you're just holding it in place, so it gets a normal attack on you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what it says.
It says in 5e the effect of grappling has changed. It used to just restrict movement. Now a grappled creature makes all attacks with disadvantage except those against their grappler.
Is that in 2024 edition or the version we're playing?
This post is from 2022, so it says
The rules.
hold on, let me. That's 6. It says 6e rules.
That
I
I
don't
think
even know
that's
what that is.
someone. I think that's someone trying to make their own version. Yeah, it either has to make a strength or dexterity save to get out of the grapple. But actions, attack, dash, disengage, dodge, hide, ready. Just show me the grapple. There we go. All right. You want to grab somebody?
But it's
Yeah,
you can
it
attack
does-
them with advantage, right?
It doesn't say that either. A grapple, all it does is just hold them. It just hold them in place so they can't move. An incapacitated creature cannot take any actions or reactions. That might be what you're thinking, but yeah, there's no disadvantage to attacks, and you don't gain any advantage to attacks unless you have like a specific feature that states that.
Okay.
I think you might be thinking of restrained, which is that an option for what you can do with the grapple check?
Let me check that.
Yeah, because restrained is a different condition, which is normally like getting caught in a spider web, getting tied up by ropes. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any speeds.
Yeah, you're
Attack
right.
rolls against that creature has advantage, and the creature has disadvantage on those rolls. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
you're
gonna make
correct.
3 attacks on you. It's gonna make a bite and 2 claw attacks, as normal.
Who, me?
Yeah, it's gonna make the attacks against you. While you've got it by its throat. Okay. Its first bite attack. It's gonna target John. First one is a miss. As it seems, because you're holding it by its throat, it seems to not be able to move its head down to try to get you. But it is gonna start flailing its arms around trying to claw at you. Okay. Claw. 2. And both miss. Because of where you have it, it just seems to not be able to attack you, Jonold, as you're just lifting it into the air, squeezing tighter around its throat. That is the end of its turn. Troglodyte number 2 gets another turn. It's gonna attack Irenaeus.
All right.
Oh boy, here we go. That is a 21 to hit.
What
Give
the-
it 5 damage. You're back down to 3 hit points.
Okay.
And you're taking some blows right now. My goodness.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna do 2 claw attacks on you.
Okay.
Here we go. Both miss.
That's a negative
you're
on
able-
both. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. You are successful in blocking both with your shield as it's trying to get over your shield. You're holding it in front of you, preventing it from moving any further forward as it gnashes its teeth at you.
With that nat 1, are we not gonna do anything with that? Where it's
Oh, I didn't even notice it was a nat 1. Because of the nat 1, we're going to say that as it's trying to get over your shield, you're successful in hitting it up into its jaw, making it bite its own tongue, and you shove it backwards, making it fall prone in front of you.
prone. Love it.
So we'll go ahead and mark that this little guy is prone. There we go. And Irenaeus, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. That's a 22.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah, so you succeed. The stench of the troglodyte begins to fill your nostrils as it burns and almost feels like it's almost singeing the hairs out of your nostrils.
Wow.
It's pretty bad, but you're able to resist it as you begin to charge forward again for your next attack.
So it's my turn.
Yep. It is your turn.
Am I able to tell? So I've got a prone troglodyte. Is that the word we're using? You said
Yes. Yeah, the
Tro-
creature is called a troglodyte.
troglodyte. I got. See, here's the problem. If I could just think out loud for a second, I could heal myself, but that would be my action. And I got a prone guy in front of me. If he's prone, does that make it an automatic crit, or what's going to happen? What does prone mean?
A prone creature means you have
Advantage.
to hit.
I see.
Yeah, I can look up prone real quick as well. That one is right here. Because I do prone all the time. I don't know why it's like slipping my mind at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure being prone.
It is advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you have advantage to hit. I knew that. I'm looking for the crit thing though, just to be safe.
Baldur's Gate is crit.
Baldur's Gate is crit. Thank you. That's where I got
Okay,
that from.
It's not 5e.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
Let's
yeah,
use
you
Baldur's
just have
Gate
advantage
rules.
on
I'm
the
just
attack.
kidding.
We are not using Baldur's Gate rules. Every time you fail, you just reload your save and you strike.
Exactly.
Yeah. I am going to roll the dice, literally, and not heal myself, but I am going to go for the guy who's prone in front of me. I don't know how to roll. Oh, here I go. Roll with advantage.
Yeah.
I got it.
If you right click, you should be able to it'll let you roll with advantage.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
That is absolutely gonna hit. 23.
Okay. Here you go.
Come on, more than a one. More than a one. There you go. It's 5. Looks good. That is TR2 minus 5. All right, he's looking rough. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay. I'll say because that was just your action. Yeah, because I don't know if you have any bonus actions or anything.
I have no bonus actions unless he gets out of melee range.
That is fair. And then you'd have a reaction.
Yes.
All right. Jonold, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Is that a natural 20?
Natural 20 plus 4. It's 24. Same thing with Irenaeus. You feel the stench of this thing go up your nostrils. It's rough. It smells worse than almost anything you ever ran across in the Underdark. And you've run across some pretty smelly things. But you just shake it off, and you're ready to do some damage.
All right. So, question. I've read a rule that you can drag characters with you as you move, but they have to stay the same, like northeast, southwest. If he's to the left of me, he has to stay to the left of me when I move. And I'm not. And I can also move around them. I just want to double check if that's okay with you.
I would say so. I would say if you're going to drag a creature with you, I've never had a player ask that before, but if you're going to do that, I would say you'd probably move at half of your normal movement speed. Just
Okay.
because you have the extra weight with you.
I got you. That sounds fair. One,
But wouldn't that put us at danger of an opportunity attack?
Let's see. When you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved unless the creature is 2 or more sizes smaller than you.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant you were gonna drag me. Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
He's dragging the troglodyte.
Okay.
So if I'm like a rune knight and I get really, really big, then I don't have to worry about half speed anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
you wouldn't.
So I'm gonna go around him like this to right here to give him the flanking status,
Okay.
and then I'm going to like grab my neck and just another
Just wanna
fist right to the
sucker
face.
punch him. All right, roll to hit. And then you have advantage with flanking.
Okay, so
The 17 is going to hit.
okay.
And remember, to roll with advantage on D&D Beyond, you right-click what you want to roll, and you can actually click advantage.
Oh.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Oof.
It's 10 damage.
And I'm gonna bonus action grapple him again. No, I'm just kidding.
So, tell me, Jonold, how do you want to kill him?
I just like charge up my I just like put all my momentum into this fist, like everything in my fist, and I just go straight through his head, like just completely through it. Like blood explodes, and it is just like, yeah. And then I just let go.
Okay, you watch as Jonold just forces his fist through the mouth and out the back of the head of the troglodyte as it drops to the ground, and his fists are still up, his arms covered in a bit of the blood, and he's just ready to keep going. Jonold, you've only moved 5 feet, so you still have more movement. I'm going to go ahead and mark this one as dead.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Over here, I put my hands up, and I'm like, I stick my hand, I'm like, and that's the end of my turn.
Hold on one second. You said that was 25. Where'd you move from?
Yeah, there, and then
There.
diagonal.
That's 30. Because if you're trying to move diagonal, you're moving through enemies.
No, I know. I moved around.
Yeah, that's 30.
No,
Don't
because
you
I
only
moved, I moved diagonal, not. I
Yeah, 'cause
moved
you were-
on top
you were
of
right
the on top of TR1,
Okay.
and then diagonal down,
Oh, I see what you did. I get it.
and then I put my fists up, and I like smell my fist just and realize how terrible it smells and about gag. You know,
Gotcha. Is that the end of your turn then?
that is the end of my turn. Wait, hold on. Can I? I'm gonna see something about grappling, or because I might be able to grapple someone else, but I don't know.
The creature in front of you is currently prone on the ground.
Okay, I had to actually hit the target to grapple them.
Yeah. Because you have the Tavern Brawler, right?
Correct. Yep. So.
Okay.
Next person.
Okay. All right. It is TR1's turn. I'm gonna say its vision has been diverted over to Jonold, as Jonold ran around, and it's being distracted by that. We're gonna give Irenaeus a little bit of a break.
Thank you.
It's going to go for you, Jonold. It's gonna attack you.
Bring it on, son.
Right. First attack is gonna miss. It's a 15. The next two attacks, claw attacks. Or 2. But one of those attacks is going to hit you, Jonold.
Also 3 damage.
Yep. As you've been holding up your arms, kind of guarding your face in a boxing formation, you've been weaving and dodging in and out of these attacks coming at you, but one of them gets right across your arms that have been guarding you, and you didn't realize how sharp that their talons actually were. As it's a pretty deep cut on your arm, but not too much damage. You can shake it off.
I got you, yeah.
Tilraven, you're up.
I'm sorry, I had an important call for work come in. I'll be
You're
with
good.
you in a moment.
Oh, you're good. Do you want us to just move you up?
Yes.
Cool. I'll do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move you up there. And then we'll have Tilraven hold action, as they will like prepare just in case one of them tried to run. TR3 is dead. TR2's turn. All right, TR2 is prone.
He
I've got
attacked
to
with
decide.
disadvantage.
That's if he attacks from the ground. He can use half of
Yeah.
his movement to stand up, which is what he's going to do. He's gonna use half of his movement to stand up. I gotta decide if he's gonna attack either Irenaeus or Jonold. So I'm gonna do a coin flip. Who wants 1? Who wants 2?
I'll take one.
So, I'll take 2.
All right, here we go. All right, Jonold. It's going for you. See, so it's gonna do. Its first attack, its bite comes at you, and it's trying to get you, but you're like holding the top of its head, preventing it from biting you. And now it's gonna try to slash at you with its arms. And it gets you on the second slice, dealing 5 slashing damage to you. As it's the same thing you're guarding with your arms, and it just slashes across the other way, now forming an X when you put your arms together.
This is 5 damage, right?
It is 5 damage. You should be down to 4 hit points currently. Irenaeus, you're up, and you have advantage on TR2 if you wish to attack.
I mean, can I look at TR1 and perhaps see how close to death he might be? Or is that not possible?
TR1, let me see. I don't think TR1 has taken any damage.
Okay. Another question. Let's just say that TR2 dies right now. Am I sufficiently within TR1's melee range that if I was to move away, I would give him an attack for opportunity?
That is correct. You are
Okay.
within 5 feet of him still. So if you
So,
move out of range, he would get an opportunity attack.
as much as I would,
But
what?
if you were to move diagonal, like to the opposite side of Jonold, you would not provoke opportunity attack, and then you would have advantage again for flanking.
Oh, you
So
mean
if-
you mean if I was to move down?
So if you were to move here after you killed TR2, you would not provoke opportunity attack.
Oh, I see your point. Okay, it's totally. I get it now. All right then. In that case, let's use advantage. So here we go. Wait. All right. So that's gonna go to TR2. You still there?
Music died.
I think we lost him.
Oh, he might have frozen.
Yeah. He
Apologies, my computer just crashed.
Oh, okay.
You're good. It's relaunching right now, but I saw you got a natural 20.
Yes, I did.
Good roll.
Yeah. Okay.
And go for damage.
Okay. Wait a second. That I don't know why it rolled 2 dice just right now.
Because you critted. When you crit, it doubles your dice.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so you do 11 damage to him.
Is that enough?
And that was on TR2?
That was on TR2, yeah.
2 minus 11. All right, how do you want to kill him?
Okay. He is going to be decapitated. Straight across horizontally.
Okay. As
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I back up? He's prone, isn't he?
no,
No.
he's standing up.
Oh, okay. Yep. Straight across horizontally.
Jonold, you are standing across from Irenaeus as you watch him spin around in a bit of a flashy fashion and just completely decapitate the creature that's in front of you.
Oh, give him a moment there. He's
I am back.
there. You are.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Af-
you watched. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say. Let me allow you to narrate before I move on. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I was gonna say, So you watch as Irenaeus spins around in a flashy fashion, Jonold, and decapitates the troglodyte in front of you.
Nice.
Okay. After that, I'll be moving. Wait a second. Right
Until
here.
Robin go.
Shit, I took a phone call, I
Hel-
believe.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I'm an attorney, so sometimes I get important calls. I've resolved it now.
Okay.
No, you just gotta tell them, be like, hey, I'm playing D&D. Nothing
Yeah.
more important than this.
So,
Because that's obviously a good thing to say.
yeah. So I just moved up 10 feet, and we are now flanking TR1.
Okay.
Cool.
And I really do wish I had a bonus action, but I don't. So that's the end of my
That's
turn.
okay.
So Mark T2 is dead.
Oh, it'll automatically remove them. T2 is dead.
It's my turn now.
I believe so. I'm gonna find out here. Yes, Jonold, you're up, and you have advantage.
Nice. Was that roll
That is
with
a-
advantage?
That was not with advantage. So go ahead and roll one more time.
Cool.
There you go. That's with advantage. Yep. So
Whatever
that is a 12. A 12 is going to hit.
Eight.
8 damage.
And then, is he alive still?
You are 1 minus 8.
And then I'm
He
gonna
is
grapple
still
him.
alive. All right. So he needs a check.
Yes, sir.
Athletics check, correct?
Yeah, athletics. Wow, even D&D Beyond dice get cocked. That was literally a cocked dice, and it still counted it.
Yeah, it happens a lot more than you think. But the troglodyte beats you in your check as you try to grapple him, and it breaks out of your grapple.
Hmm.
It is TR1's turn.
You're gonna flip a coin, aren't you?
I am.
I'll
We'll
fall
go
one.
Yeah, we'll flip it this time. John will be 1. Irenaeus will be 2.
All right, let's do it.
Oh no, Irenaeus, here we go. It turns to you, and it's gonna try to bite you.
That's a no.
That's a crit failure.
Oh,
With this crit failure, it's a repeat of what happened last time.
okay.
It jumps onto your shield as you're just disgusted by this thing gnashing its teeth at you, and you just force it down to the ground and make it fall prone, and it's gonna lose the rest of its turns.
All right, we got
Still
it.
Raven, you're up.
Got a-
Irenaeus, I'm pretty sure that just saved you.
Yeah, it just saved me. So Raven, if you've got anything ranged, you got a clear shot of someone prone right now.
And if not, you can always just move up 10 feet and just smack the crap out of him. Till Raven might be busy again.
hmm
Lots of
I
phone
know.
calls.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you're
fine.
good.
Okay.
Cool.
So then we've just got one of them left.
Yes.
That's right. And it is your turn.
All right. I am going to use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh
Okay.
and come up
It's
here.
also
And smack.
prone, just to let you know.
Well, yeah, but that's why I'm coming up to smack him. I have advantage
Alright.
attack roll, right?
Yes, you have advantage. Cast Shillelagh. Okay.
Hmm.
19 is going to hit.
All right. 5 points of damage.
1, minus 5. How do you want to do it?
I slam the club straight down into his skull and crush it.
There you go. And in a similar fashion to what Jonald did to TR, the troglodyte number 3, you watch Tilraven just lift her club up and just continually hit it in the head and just smash it until it is no longer moving. All of you have beaten the troglodytes, and initiative is over.
Nice.
As Jonald and Irenis, you two feel exhausted currently as you just took a beating. Tilraven, you feel pretty good since you didn't get attacked. Let me go ahead and adjust this. We're gonna bring it to... We'll do this one. Combat has ended. You guys look around, and you just obviously with the light that you have reiterated, you see the skeletons at the very back of the cave. You guys are pretty tired from the fight you just had. So you can RP on how you're feeling, or you can begin to explore more of the cave. You feel you may have just found whatever it was down here, but who knows, there could be more.
Well, I certainly don't feel like we did it all yet. There's only 3, and we've been told about 48 were here. So, before I move on, I want to ask: do these troglodytes wear clothes, or are they at pockets to be looted, or not?
The troglodytes do not wear clothes. They seem to just be like these like savage creatures. In fact, Jonald, you do recognize these creatures as they are like native to the Underdark.
It's troglodytes. Hate these things.
I think I'm going to I'm gonna heal myself.
Should we take a rest?
Are we safe enough to do that?
Yeah, do you guys want to take a rest in the middle of a collapsed mine?
I think it'd be pretty safe. It's been here for a while.
I'm not worried about the mine collapsing, but I don't know what's around the corners at this point, and I'm not convinced that there were only 3 troglodytes here. So I'd probably want to explore a little more before we take a rest.
I
But,
strongly doubt there were 50.
okay, I understand, but 3 is a small number. So, anyways.
If we want to keep going, I can just use my second wind.
Well, if we're going to rest anyways, these are all long rests. Okay.
So you could do a short rest, but I don't believe as a paladin you're going to get much back.
Nope. I don't get anything back that I'm aware of. I think what I'll do...
Heal.
What's that?
Just the 1 hit die heal.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right. I'm just trying to get some more health in me. So what I'm gonna do is I can see. Let's do this. I'm gonna lay on. Oh gosh, that's so bad. Sorry, I'm taking so long on this, you guys.
You're good.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to spend all my lay on hands, and I'll heal myself for 5 HP.
Okay. Let me go ahead and add your HP for you. HP. Oh wait, I can't add it because we're out of combat. That's okay. Yeah, as
Okay.
long we can update your sheet when it comes to it.
Well, I can do that right now, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
So you add 5 HP back to you. Till Raven, what is your passive perception?
Just a second. $13.
13. Yeah, with your passive perception, in the light being emitted off of Irenaeus' sword, you notice one of the skeletons has a very similar cloak to what you saw the people who sunk your home were wearing. This skeleton seems more fresh than most of the others.
I'm gonna regain 7 HP from my second wind.
Okay, you can go ahead and add that to your D&D Beyond sheet.
By the way, I never know how to do this. During times of RP like this, am I free to move my token around, or would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, I mean, I can clearly trigger something if I'm not careful, but
Yeah, but you can move your token around all you want.
okay.
Bryce,
I see it more as like your character is exploring around.
Yeah,
do you
but
see?
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that you could very easily have a trap. I mean, last time I did this one time and I sprung a trap and it was an explosion. So I was just saying.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to you guys, especially not this low level.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little bit later on before anything like that happens.
I go to these skeletons. Do I find any things on them?
Make me an investigation check.
$19.
Wow, that was actually really good. With your investigation, you begin to look through the bodies. You notice that the armor and weapons and everything that they did have, these were very obviously some of the miners that have been taken, as well as some of the past adventurers. They're pretty deteriorated and beyond repair, but their coin pouches seem to be intact still.
How much
As you-
money?
As you go through a couple of them, and you will find 18 copper pieces collectively.
All right, I'll split it into 3 and then hand them 6 apiece.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So then each of you gain your copper pieces back. So to add it in, remember Discord is going to like overrule whatever you put in on D&D Beyond. So
Mhm.
you'll need to do the exclamation point G coins space 6 or plus 6 CP.
Not sure how to do that. I have to see it. Okay.
There you go. So you're gonna want to make sure that G comes right after the exclamation point. But other than that, you did it correctly.
Nice.
Nice. 9.97 gold pieces. And then Till Raven can do that whenever she's like back and free to do it.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good. If you want to put in that command, the G space coins plus 6 copper pieces, Jonold found some copper pieces on the skeletons and divvied it up amongst you guys.
So I've walked around the cave. It looks like there really isn't anything else here. So perhaps we are safe for a rest.
So would you guys like to take a long or short rest here in the cave?
I'd be down for a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so for short rest, on the Discord, you can just do exclamation point SR, and then it just lets you take a short rest.
Do we have to do that for each one of us?
Yeah, each one of you will put that, and it'll automatically like give you a short rest. And then if you're wanting to use any hit die, you can do that on D&D Beyond, or you can do it through the short rest thing on here. Let's see, rest, because if you want to use a hit die, you would just put a number after SR, and it'll use as many hit die as you are able to use.
So,
I only needed 1 HP, so I just set up my thing back to
Okay.
full.
Yeah, you're good.
can you explain again, please, how to do the hit die?
Oh, you're good. So it would be the exclamation point SR space, and then you just put a number, however many hit die you're wanting to use.
Okay, and I am coming off of Baldur's Gate, so
You're good.
exactly.
So you're
yeah.
able to use up to half of your hit die, if I remember correctly, on a short rest. So if you have like 2 hit die, you can only use 1.
So does my Discord say I have 12 HP, or did it count my second win? Because I did that in my head, but I didn't do it in the Discord.
I don't believe it's going to say it on Discord yet, but I can adjust it when we get to it. Because
Okay.
because if we enter combat again, I can adjust it.
Okay.
I don't see on my character sheet where the hit die is specified.
I can help you look. I'll go over to your character sheet real quick. Let it load. Should be over here with hit points. At least it should be. If you short rest. Okay, so you have 1 hit die. So you have 1d10. So your hit die is a 1d10. And because you only have 1, so you just put 1. There you go. So it gave you 8 hit points back, so you're up to... But you should have full hit points now, because you'll use the spell to gain yourself some more.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely at 12.
Yeah, you're at full hit points now.
Yeah.
As I believe all of you should be.
Mm-hmm.
So you finish up your hour short rest, each one of you. And I know, Irenaeus, you explored the whole cave. For some reason, something over at that east wall, something just felt different over there.
Okay.
As you go over, you just feel this strange presence coming from you, like emanating from the wall. Would you like to make me an Arcana check?
Yes, and as I do, I grip my sword just a little bit tighter.
That is a 10. Unfortunately, you're not able to detect what's coming off of the wall, at least what type of magic it is, but you know that there's some kind of magic that seems to potentially be embedded into this wall.
Okay. I did not study enough, I'll tell you that.
Tilraven, maybe you'd be able to help out.
I'm
I
sure
believe
she would.
You're kind of an adept in the arcane arts.
Yes. What do you need me to do?
There's something over here. Can I tell her? Can I talk to her?
Yeah, absolutely.
There is something over here, and I just cannot quite seem to figure it out. Something is very odd about these walls. You said that
Okay,
you.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Sure.
Can you come over here though?
I can move your character if
Move
you
me
need
over
to.
there because I'm kind of
Oh, okay.
dealing with a
You're good.
force that doesn't want to settle.
Yeah, I moved you over. You're good.
Yeah.
You watch as Tilraven begins to perform this ritual. Chanting a little bit, doing what you need to do for the ritual, and then she casts Detect Magic. Tilraven, you can tell that this wall in front of you is just a complete illusion. That there's actually something behind the wall, and you show them by just stepping through the wall. And you all
Baldur's
watch
Gate.
as Tilraven just like disappears as she walks through the wall.
We're about to fight the Swamp Witch, guys. Or the Hag from Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Spoiler alert.
Anyone So Raven, do you want to tell them what's on the other side, or do any of you just want to walk through?
I'll walk after her.
Okay. You walk through. And I
Okay.
assume Irenaeus does as well.
Yeah.
What's that?
I
As you
can't seem
walk
to.
through-
Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, you walk through. I set it up so there's like a wall that you can't go through. I'd have to move you through myself. But you guys can actually walk back through on your own.
Mhm.
But you walk into this what seems to be hidden area.
What is this thing?
You see a table with what looks like an unfinished letter on it, written in a different language.
Pick it up.
What are the languages that everyone knows?
Oh, Dwarvish and Common.
Okay.
Celestial and Infernal and Common.
Okay. And then,
Common
go
and giant, I think. Let me check.
okay.
Common, giant, and primordial.
Okay. Then none of you know or like understand this language or can read it. If someone would like to make me a history check, you might be able to know what the language is.
I think I'd like to do that.
Okay.
I'll roll a history check as well, just to kind of look at it.
You know, I'm proficient in it.
Are you?
Yeah, but I don't know. Was I supposed to do something different? Because
Nope, you did it right. You only got an 11.
yeah, but I'm sorry. Here's why I'm confused. It's a +1, and I'm proficient. So wouldn't I be adding a proficiency bonus as well? It didn't do that.
I believe that adds your proficiency bonus because your intelligence is already a -1.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay.
history is an intelligence check. So since your proficiency bonus is a +2, it makes it a +1.
Alrighty.
But with an 11, you do just barely pass the check. You feel like you haven't seen this language in a while, like for very long, but you can tell, at least by the script, it seems to be Elvish in nature.
Okay. Well, this is what I have no idea what this says, but this does look like it's Elvish script.
Next to the letter, you see an oil lamp with maybe about an hour's worth of oil left in it. And you see a set of an empty ink pot and a quill that was sitting next to the letter. When you look down at the letter, you realize that whenever they were writing, they weren't able to finish as the ink began to fade. It seems they may have run out in the middle of writing whatever they were writing.
Well, I sure do wish I could read Elvish, but I cannot. So
You
So
could
the
bring
real
it back to
question
Talon
is-
and see if anybody else can read it.
yeah, let's do that. Jonald, you go ahead since it was your idea.
I'll pick it up and
Okay. So, John, you pick up the note. And then, would all of you like to head out of the mine, or are you wanting to explore a little bit more? Obviously, there isn't a whole lot left here, but
Yeah, I think I'm satisfied to leave.
okay. Everyone else good to leave as well, then?
Yep.
And then we'll assume Tilraven is also good. Tilraven, are you all right? You good? Yeah. All right. So then you guys begin to leave the mine as you're heading back through. As you begin your journey back upwards into the mine, you actually run into the woman that you ran into not too long ago. And she says, oh, hold on. I gotta get it back up because my My computer crashed. Hold on. My voice changer here now.
Oh, you're all back. I assume you left because you didn't find anything.
Well, actually, wait, what? Okay, so what race is she? Can we tell?
From looking at her, she seems to be human.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to know Elvish, would you?
Well, I studied a little bit when I was just a young girl. But it's kind of broken.
Oh, then nothing of use.
Oh, thanks.
she seems a little like offended by that. She's like, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I just mean I found a letter and I need someone who speaks fluent Elvish.
I'd like to see what broken Elvish would do to this letter.
Yes,
I mean-
I can absolutely give it a try.
By all means.
She begins to look at the letter. Obviously, you can tell she's struggling to read it a bit. She begins to skim through it.
I'm sorry. The handwriting is atrocious. I can make out a few things. I see. At the beginning, they say something about nightmares. I believe it says this is an absolute nightmare. They say something about a triad and lunatics. And then it seems to cut off towards the end, like they ran out of ink.
Well, thank you for your effort.
Yes, I'm sorry there isn't more I can do, but perhaps I do believe someone in town might be able to read it better than I.
I do appreciate it, ma'am.
She
I-
goes back to work.
Do I see any elves mining as we head out?
Yeah, as you're heading out, like I said before, you see a few half elves.
Excuse me. Do any of you speak fluent Elvish or read and write fluent Elvish?
One of the half elves like stops and kind of like raises his hand up. He goes,
Would you be willing to read this letter that we found? We are trying to get a translator for it.
I mean, I might be able to help you read the letter. Though my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, I believe something shiny might help me read a bit better. As he kind of gestures his hand like he's wanting some coin.
Oh, fine. And I put 2 copper pieces in his hand.
He takes the 2 copper pieces and says, "All right, let me read it." You hand over the note to him. He clears his throat. He looks at it and says, "I sincerely hope they don't find me. This is an absolute nightmare of a situation. These triad lunatics really seek this. Well, it's only a matter of time before they notice it's gone. Maybe I'll sell it, and then it seems to cut off at the end. This writing seems familiar, though. I believe someone in town. I believe one of the nobles. This looks like their handwriting."
Interesting. We shall check it out. Thank you for your time, sir.
Says it's not a problem at all. And thank you for making me 2 copper richer.
Yeah, go get yourself something nice.
He looks down at the sundial watch on his wrist that doesn't work in a cave with no sunlight. He goes, "Oh, well, did you look at the time? I believe it's my break." As he just begins to go sit down at the end, like one of the little stools in the cave, and take his break.
All right.
And your group begins to continue its way out of the cave as you finally reach the surface again. You haven't been in there very long, maybe a maximum of 2 hours. So the sun is still shining as your group begins its very short journey back into Diamond Lake. As
I
your
don't
group,
see any lake here.
you make your way back into town. as when you leave the mine, your retainers meet you, Irenaeus, and they say, "Sir, it's good to see you alive. We did not see any cannibals leave the cave."
Yes, we took care of them.
There was more than 50. About 100 of them.
Yeah, there was quite a lot.
Go ahead and make me a deception, Jonald. Lying to a paladin.
I wonder what the definition of cannibals, if they count. Does it require that you eat your own kind, or specifically that you eat sapiens' life?
One of them. So you easily deceive them, Jonald. They're like, "Wow, 50. That's incredible." But your question, Tilraven, begins to make some of the retainers ponder. As one of them goes, I believe it would just be any kind of sentient creature. You know, I mean, like, if I were to eat a goblin, I do feel it would still be cannibalism. But the other one goes, "No, that's not how that works. You obviously have to eat your own kind for it to be cannibalism." And the other one doesn't know which one to side with. He's like, "Honestly, I could go either way."
Kind. I mean, obviously, if a pride of lions managed to kill and eat some goblins or whatever, that's not cannibalism.
Clearly, you have read a lot of philosophical books.
You make a good point, but obviously you're comparing a beast to a humanoid type creature. I mean, if I were to go over and eat an elf, would that not be considered cannibalism, though?
I would say that's counted as cannibalism.
That's what I'm saying. The other one goes, no, that's not how it works.
Just because their ears are a little bit different doesn't make them human.
Now they're confused because I believe what I just got from what you said was, I agree it's cannibalism, but just because their ears are different, they're not human. So
Just because their ears are different, they are humanoid. They are very similar.
Oh, goodness. This whole debate, like, kind of goes on the whole way back to back into Diamond Lake as you regroup in the middle of the vein. You guys stand in front of the feral dog once again, as people seem to be still avoiding you guys, mainly because of the amount of paladins that are currently there, still fearing that they're going to get in trouble for something. But as you approach into Diamond Lake, let me move to the right one. You begin to hear whispers on your approach into the vein. You can hear that people are talking about adventurers that have come from Free City in search of treasure. You hear more rumors. They're apparently very strong and have battled many foes. They seem to be at the Feral Dog right now, enjoying a drink, and seems to be where they have been going for the past couple of days.
These are whispers that we hear about.
Yeah, you hear them from people discussing on the street as you are walking.
Are they talking about us, or are they talking about someone else?
Roll an insight.
Well, that's a no.
You don't know. You don't know if they're talking about you or if they're talking about some other group entirely.
Okay.
Well, if they're talking about someone else who's in the Feral Dog right now, they might know what the clothing worn by those who destroyed my home means. And I go straight in to see if I can find other adventurers.
All right.
Yeah.
Tilraven leading the way.
I'm gonna just follow her right in. She's got a good point.
Yeah, I'll follow her in.
All right. As you make your way in, you can see the barkeep standing there again. He just goes, "Oh, you're alive. That's kind of a shock.
Oh, we've been debating a whole time back whether the creatures we fought count as cannibals, given that they didn't seem to have been eating other creatures like them. Precisely.
After you say that, the tavern goes quiet, and you hear, you see one of the dwarves stand up. He goes, "You're telling me that you finished off the cannibals in the mine?"
Well, I suppose that I cannot guarantee that we found every one of them in the mine. We fought all the ones we could find.
Was that cave we were in the extent of the mine, or were there more? Is there more to it?
For that mine, it was, but there are other mines in town, or at least near town.
Okay.
You watch as the dwarf jumps up onto one of the nearby tables where there's a few people drinking, and say, "Everyone, these adventurers, they got rid of the cannibals. You go, oh. Free drinks all around."
We got rid of at least some, and we couldn't find any others to get rid of.
And then I think at that
Please
point,
tell everyone be cautious.
at that point, I'm gonna reach over and say, "Drinks all around." I think-
The dwarf goes, "Barkeep, Gorvik, go ahead, pass drinks around." He goes, "You got it, boss." The dwarf jumps down. He says, "My name is Ragnarlin Dorstone. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am the owner of the Feral Dog."
Oh, it's nice to meet you, sir.
I raise my tankard.
My name is-
Likewise. Till Raven. Well, you're quite tall, aren't you? Are you a Goliath?
Yes, I am.
We don't see very many Goliaths around here. I bet you like to fight, don't you?
Not so much.
Oh, well,
Don't
that's
be
kinda
me,
odd.
sir. I am
I
the
will
fighter.
do so. I will do so when necessary, of course.
Goes, oh, well, that's quite strange for a Goliath, but to each his own, I guess.
I, however, love to fight.
Oh, do you? Perhaps after our discussion, perhaps me and you can have a little brawl.
Yes, absolutely.
He says, "Please, sit down." As he walks you guys over to a table and has you sit down. Your retainers sit down at a nearby table as well, so they can like be a part of the conversation. He says, "So what exactly made you lot want to go into the mine and get rid of the cannibals? I mean, several other adventurers have gone in and tried. They've never come back out. You're the first to succeed."
I joke and I say, well, I was just drinking and I just thought to myself, man, if there were only some cannibals to beat up. And then the bartender was like, oh, I know about cannibals, talk to the mayor. And he said, oh, there's cannibals in a cave. And then, you know, the rest is history.
You know, that's oddly specific to want to just beat up some cannibals.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I get it. I get your joke. Oh, but seriously, we are very appreciative of all of you. Because of you, we should be able to stay in the mine a bit longer and not have to worry about anything trying to get any of our people. So I'm sure everyone around here is going to be quite grateful to you.
I have a
At least those who
question
work in
for
the
you,
mine.
sir. Actually, before I forget,
Yes?
I pull out this letter and I'm like, does this handwriting look familiar to you, sir?
He looks at it, squints. He pulls out a monocle and he puts it in and he looks at it. He goes, "Hey, I can't say I know what it says, but I'd recognize that handwriting anywhere. That's
Boy, you-
Smenk's writing."
Who?
Smenk. Have
Who's
you not met
that?
him?
I have not.
He's one of He's one of the nobles.
Hmm.
Hold on,
I would
I'll
like
get
to have a word with this noble, if possible.
his full name. What were you saying, Telraven?
I was going to ask if he has been seen recently.
Balabar? Yeah, Balabar Smink. Yeah, he's been seen quite recently.
Where is he?
Says, well, last I saw him, he was traveling through. He was traveling up to one of the mines, if I remember correctly.
Well, this is where he found it. In the mine where the cannibals were, in a hidden corridor.
The hidden corridor. Well, that's strange.
There's a table, and a lamp, and a quill and a pen. Off to the side, no one would have. It's behind an illusory wall, so no creature would ever find that.
He looks over to both Tilraven and Irenaeus and goes, has your friend hit his head recently? Or maybe had a few too many to drink?
Oh, I know the wall was an illusion until I did a little bit of ritualistic detection. And we found a little room off to the side.
That's quite strange.
What's so strange about it?
Well, Balabar is a tricky person, but magic is not really his forte. I don't think he has a magic bone in his body.
Does he have money? Money can buy almost anything.
That's fair. He could always hire a wizard. In the middle of your conversation, a female sits next to all of you guys at the table. She goes, "So, what are we talking about?"
You know Balabar?
She goes, "Who?"
Never mind.
And who might you be?
My name is Tira. I am an adventurer. I'm here with my friends, and we're here in search of treasure in some of the mines. And I hear that your group just explored one of the mines and happened to kill a group of 80 cannibals, from what I hear.
You heard
It was 100.
There wasn't exactly a lot of treasure in that one, of course.
Just blood everywhere from all the from all the gore and violence we committed upon their group.
Get your dice ready.
Well, that's quite impressive. Me and my friends were actually planning on going to the Sturgeonist Cairn. If you'd care to join us, we heard that there's much treasure there from Free City.
Sounds like fun to me.
Sounds
the barkeep
great.
Speaks up, or the owner speaks up. He says, "Actually, that's a bit of a rumor. That's been traveling around for a bit, and we've been trying to snuff that one out. Mainly just children go there to play. There's nothing in there. It's been empty for years. Though there is another one that might have something in there. It's called the Whispering Cairn. It's about a day's journey outside of town. No one's gone in there for years, but everyone who's gone has said that there's an impassable area filled with cobwebs. To get through there may be some immense amounts of treasure."
You ain't yanking our chain, are you?
He goes, "I'm not. I've had plenty of adventurers come back from there trying to get past the webs. Unfortunately, every time that they tried to burn it or destroy it, it rebuilt itself like magic."
I want to do an insight check on when he mentioned that the one place was just empty and was a place for the children. I want to
Yeah, go ahead.
see if he's trying to redirect our attention.
Trying to trick you. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, I gotta. That's a fair.
You have literally no idea. In fact, halfway through what he's saying, you kind of drift off and just start looking around everywhere else in the tavern, and then you refocus, and he's already finished with what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to talk to the other adventurer. What was the name you gave for her? Aria?
It's Tira.
Kira. So, Miss Kira, I came into town originally to try to find a group that had been involved in the destruction of the cottage I was living in. And if I haven't found anyone yet who recognized my description of their clothing. I was wondering if you would ask your friends if they were familiar with them. They wear black hooded clothes. I think the more interesting thing is that they had a symbol of a triangle. And they were chanting some sort of ritual magic, which by itself, of course, means nothing. I perform rituals to achieve purposes as well. It's just that their ritual, it destroyed my house.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I'd be more than happy to be able to ask my friends if they know any description like that.
House might
Unfortunately-
be a bit of an exaggeration, but it was where I lived.
Well, me myself, unfortunately, that description does not mean anything to me, but doesn't mean it wouldn't mean anything to my friends. Perhaps I can ask them when I see them next.
I would appreciate it.
It's not a problem at all. You know, perhaps I could come with you to this, Karen. My friends have been busy at the moment, but I would not mind joining you as we can all go together to see if there is wonderful treasure there. Obviously, whatever we find, we would split evenly.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense.
Sure.
That's what you cast earlier, right?
What?
Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, he's
Oh.
trying to figure out if she's a celestial fiend or an undead. Let me go ahead and pull up
Who, Tira?
Tira. Here we go. So, this woman who sits in front of you, I forgot to mention, she is an elf. You don't seem to be getting any sense that she's a celestial fiend or an undead.
May I interject real quick? I probably wouldn't have done that if I knew she was an elf, but also I also want to say I kind of was quick on the trigger, and I sort of thought that I had detect good and evil, which I don't. That's really where I was going with this. So can I have that back?
You're good. So that, yeah,
Right,
absolutely, you can have that back.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's my fault. I didn't have the description up in time.
It's okay.
So, but yeah, she is an elf.
Okay, so but she's asked if she can join the party.
Just for this one adventure.
How many adventures do you carry with you?
She goes, it's me and two others.
Do we get to meet them?
Oh, I would hope so.
Mm,
I just know they're currently busy at the moment, so perhaps we'll see them on our way back.
Fair enough.
Fine with me.
She says, oh, and if anyone tells you that I'm a thief, just tell them that I'm not. As she kind of like shusses at you guys and winks at you.
Has she been near any of us? Like really close to any of us?
She sat next to you guys, but as you look through your belongings, you don't seem to find anything missing. But from that interaction, you can tell that she's a rogue.
Mhm.
So she may be able to help with some breaking in and stealthing if need be. And
What's
I
her-
promise this is not a DMPC. This is just an NPC that's actually part of the game.
Okay. What's her name?
Tira, Tirra.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're good. From there, she says, so, are you wanting to head out now, or do you all need to rest since you just came from a dungeon?
Oh, we rested in the dungeon. We're ready to go.
Wow, that's quite brave. Even our group doesn't just sleep in a dungeon.
We're not most group. We're not like most. groups.
If you don't mind me asking, how long has your group been together?
Oh, about 2 whole hours.
Yeah, whole hours.
Wait, so are you not a group then?
What do you mean?
How do you define a group?
Well, I mean, are you an established party? Like
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you're good.
I love that we have a philosopher in our group. She's asking all the philosophical questions. So
What actually is a group?
yeah.
Realistically, that comes from being an attorney too.
Yeah, totally, absolutely.
On the definition of every term before we can have any discussion beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, leading the witness.
I just go, now that I think of it, when is a group?
What?
She just looks at you and goes, "All right.
Yeah,
I was
philosophy
meaning-
wasn't my forte.
I was meaning more of, like, you've only been together for 2 hours, so would you consider yourselves an established group? Normally, group adventurers would say that they're friends and, have known each other for quite some time, but you're saying, did you just happen to take this job and just join together?
Well, yeah, but party's got to start somewhere.
Well, everybody else was looking at us like we were strange, so we might as well be strange together.
And also, we all have our own ends in mind, and as of right now,
Our goals are compatible.
thank you. Why can't I think on the spot? Oh gosh.
Well, you're all very strange, that's for sure. But no stranger than anyone else I've met on my journeys. So then, if you're all truly rested up, perhaps we begin our journey to the next waypoint?
Sounds good to me.
I don't know about rested up. Didn't we need a bit of a break?
We took a short rest, didn't we?
Yeah.
You guys did take a short rest, but it's up to you if you wanted to continue or not, and if you want to take a long rest instead, like first.
A long rest would restore my lay on hands full.
Yeah.
So
We could-
I don't see how there's any rush.
okay, yeah, I think if there's really no rush, let's take a long rest. We have a tavern here, right?
Treasure hunting. We might as well sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a tavern. You guys are in a tavern right now. You go to one of the inns in town. Let's see, what's the inn called? Where is it? Come on. There it is. It's Abel Carter Coaching Inn, which is building number 21. Let me see. Oh yeah, so it's super close to you guys. Go ahead and move you guys there as you're all brought over right here to the inn.
Yep.
As you go to the inn, you all walk in. The owner of the inn meets you at the front. He goes, "Welcome to my inn." This appears to be a half-orc man. He says, "How many rooms can I give you?"
That's a good question.
I look at your nails. I'm like, do your servants need rooms?
They'll take one they can share.
Oh, we'll take 4 rooms.
Well, we've got Tira with us.
That's true. In her adventures, so
Well, no, they're not with us yet.
we'll take 5 rooms.
Very good. You say you wish for 5 rooms. Oh, very good. You
Where-
say you wish for 5 rooms.
Paid separately, of course.
And what exactly is the type of room that you are looking for?
What do you
So
mean?
there are like different levels of room. Aristocratic would be like the finest room they have, but that is 10 gold pieces minimum for like an aristocratic room. There's wealthy, which is 4 gold pieces. Comfortable, 2 gold pieces. Modest, which is 1 gold piece. Poor would be 2 silver pieces. And then squalid, which is like basically like a back room that's not super like taken care of. It's 1 silver piece. And
Can
then
you-
there's wretched, which is no place to sleep.
What was the one above poor?
Modest, which is 1 gold piece.
So here's what I'm gonna do for myself. I've only known you guys for 2 hours, so I'm going to get 1 wealthy room for myself,
Okay,
and
that's 4 gold pieces.
and then 1 modest room for my retainers.
Okay, so that's 5 gold pieces total. So you'll just remove that off of Discord.
I'm gonna do
and then
poor.
it'll update your sheet. You're gonna do poor, so that'll be 2 silver pieces from you.
It was exclamation mark G.
G space coins space, and then you would do minus 5 GP for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jonold, you do minus 2 SP. Yeah, there you go. There you go. He goes, I'll bring you up to your rooms, and then for you, my lady. He looks over at Tilraven.
Yes.
What kind of room would you like?
Well, unfortunately, I do need a rather long bed by your standards.
So then, it says, if you want a long bed, the lowest price I could give you would be a comfortable room, and that would be 2 gold pieces.
I suppose that would be fine.
Very good then. So then, if you want to remove 2 gold pieces off of Discord, and then he will lead each one of you to your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So all of you are going to be brought up to your rooms. You are shown each one. Tilraven, you go into your room. You find a very large bed. It's big enough to actually fit you. With the comfortable room, it's obviously not like a massive bed, but when you lay down in it, your feet don't hang off of the edge. It almost seems like an elongated twin bed. Is what it seems like. Irenaeus, because yours is a wealthy room, when you go into the room, this is the equivalent to a king-size bed that you have all to yourself, as well as a bath that is in your room that you are able to use all to yourself.
Okay. I'll be taking advantage of that.
And then Jonold, you chose the poor room. When you go in, it's just like a base twin-size bed. It doesn't even really have a mattress. It's more just like straw stuffed into almost what seems like a bunch of potato sacks. But you do have an actual pillow and an actual blanket. And when you do step into the room, the floors creak a little bit as you walk. You can tell the room, like, they do what they can for it, but it's definitely one of the lower end rooms.
I'll take it.
And each of you gain a long rest. And then in the chat, you just do exclamation point LR, and that's your long rest.
Okay, so doing that in the chat doesn't seem to reset anything on D&D
You have
Beyond.
to refresh the page on D&D Beyond, and it should reset it.
Well, it didn't.
It didn't?
No.
Okay, it might take a minute. You can also do long rest on the D&D Beyond if you want.
Okay.
Doing it on the Discord just also keeps track of it on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Normally it does reset it. It's kind of weird. It could be glitching. It glitched for me on Sunday, and it was like not registering everything properly. But then again, D&D Beyond was changing everything on Sunday when they were rolling back everything.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Perfect. All right. As you all, you wake up the following day, you guys feel refreshed and ready for the day to come, for this adventure that's going to happen. Let me go ahead and pull up the other characters, because you're actually going to run into some of the other adventurers now.
I will be right back. I'll grab something to drink.
Oh, you're good. Let's see, where is it? There we go.
So what class is Jonald?
Jonald is a fighter.
Okay. And Tilraven's a cleric, right?
Yes. So we have a fighter, a cleric, and a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
We have all marshals who are all close range.
Mm-hmm.
I can do damage from range. I have Mind Sliver and what was the other one? Radiant.
I guess that's fair.
I actually have a javelin, but I have to unequip my sword first.
Let's see. Okay. There's the other ones. I was looking for the other ones. I don't know why I didn't have these in where I needed them. Let me go ahead and move this to. How's everyone feeling about the campaign so far?
Feeling okay. I feel like I'm going to need to get back into practice. I feel like I'm not doing so well with the RP.
No, actually,
so
I think you're doing fine. Obviously, getting back into RP, it takes a little bit of time, and getting used to new people. We're all still strangers, so the more you play, the more comfortable you're going to get with it.
Yeah.
But I think you're all doing really, really well, honestly. There it is. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have all these in my notes. I had names of all those adventures written out, and I didn't even add them in there, like into the right folder. Perfect.
So while we have this pause, the vein, is it just referring to a road that goes through the town, or?
Yes. So if
Okay.
you actually look at the map, like if you see where your characters are currently, I can
Yeah.
just ping if you need me to.
I got it.
The road itself there is called the Vein, and then over to the left is the middle of the Vein, which is where most of like the taverns and stuff lie. It's just one of the roads in the town, but it's one of like the seedy roads where a lot of the criminals and stuff hang out on.
Okay.
But it's also one of the most traveled roads through town.
It looks like you blocked something from us here on the lower right-hand side of the map.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is like the numbers of buildings that shows what each one is. I gave myself the only one to have access to that. That way I can we reveal the buildings as we go, rather than have them all there at once, and you can just see, oh, well, I want to go here, so we're gonna go look over here, since you haven't actually discovered everything in town yet.
Gotcha.
So just keeping a bit of mystery.
Yes.
What did I miss?
Oh, you guys got into a fight and you just went down.
Yep.
Would you be able to put labels on stuff we visited?
Yeah, I have it on the Feral Dog here. I'm gonna add it to the inn right now that you guys are in.
Sweet.
Or I'm gonna add it to the inn after the session. But you wake up the following day, as all of you relax. Slept better than you probably have for a bit, considering you guys have been traveling for a while. I believe Irenaeus probably slept better than everyone else, considering he also gets a bath and was just able to kind of relax and unwind. But as you all meet back up at the main floor of this inn, you can see Tira with two other individuals. You see what looks like two humans that are with her. She goes, "Oh, these are the adventurers I was talking about." As they approach over and she says, "Oh, I'm glad to see you're all awake." She points over to Irenaeus and goes, "What was your name again?"
Irenaeus.
Right, and yours? As she points over to Jonald. The strong silent type, I see. And I'm going to call you Dave. And then, what about you? As she points over to Tilraven.
My name is Tilraven.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you again. These are my associates. She brings forward. She goes, "This is Kellic," as she points over to a human who is wearing a black cloak with the hood down currently. And he goes, "It's a pleasure to meet all of you." She goes, "And this is Auric." And you can see this this human. He seems pretty armored up, but his armor is pretty movable, where he's able to do some more flexible actions, very similar to any armor that Jonald would be wearing. So,
What was the
is
first guy's name?
Kellic, Khellek.
He has the robes and the hood, right?
He has black robes, but he does not have the insignia on his robes.
What
And
is
then
it that you do?
The other one is Auric, Auric.
I'm bad with names. I'm gonna be asking that question multiple times.
You're good. But you asked Kellic, what does he do? He says,
Mm.
I stooped myself in the arcane arts. I am but a humble wizard.
I'm writing this down. What? And then Auric.
Auric says, well, I guess you could say I'm probably the greatest fighter in these parts.
Oh, we're gonna have to fight that one out for sure.
He goes, oh, you want to tussle, do you?
Absolutely.
He goes, well, maybe we should bring it on. As he's like getting down almost in like a wrestling position.
Yeah, let's fight.
We're gonna have
Oh, honestly, is this really necessary at this point in time?
Tira steps in and goes, now boys, you have to get along. We are going to be traveling together.
This is getting along. We're about to be best friends.
He goes, come on there. What's your name, Jonald?
Yes, sir.
Give me all you got. I'm gonna have you guys make contesting athletics checks. We're gonna see who can wrestle who into submission.
19.
Let me get his. Athletics. Okay, so his is a plus. Roll 1d20 plus. He got an 8. Describe how you wrestle him into submission.
So, hold on, let me get this up. Okay, so he like gets in his stance, right? And he goes right, and I get real low, and then like grapple him around the waist, and like pick him up, and then like kind of slam him on his back, and then put him in like a headlock.
As that happens, there's just a massive thud from the armors colliding and hitting the ground as well. And the innkeeper just sits up and goes, what do you think you're doing? You're not allowed to fight in here.
I'm sorry, sir.
Or it goes, oh, that didn't feel very good.
I'm sorry, are you okay?
I gotta say, you're quite tough.
I help him up.
He grabs your arm and you pull him up. He goes, you're a great fighter.
Oh, thank you. You're not bad yourself.
He says, I think we're gonna get along just fine. As he kind of like hits you on the back, a little bit harder, but it was in a friendly gesture.
Then the anime intro comes in.
Say, boys, I believe it's time for us to begin to head to the Whispering Karen. Ah, yes, you're right, Tira. Shall we head out, everybody?
We shall. Let's do it.
As all of you begin to head to what is known as the Whispering Cairn, it is going to be a day's journey, so you will be camping outside halfway through the journey. This is one of those times where they just begin to talk to you guys. I would assume that probably Jonold and Auric are probably getting along pretty well after that
We're
wrestling
talking
match.
fight strategy. We're talking like our biggest battles. We're talking like anything and everything fighting.
Yeah, Auric's looking at you. He's like, so just so you know, the more that you practice, if you go around and you hold him from behind, kind of shows you like a triangle hold. He's like, if you hold him like this, it's much harder for them to get out. Though your strategy was your strategy was quite incredible, and you guys are just talking like the whole way there. Everyone else is trying to like make conversation with everyone. Like, we will say that the wizard is actually talking to. So, whoa, that was a musical change. We're gonna change that back. The wizard Kellic is gonna be trying to talk to Irenaeus.
Mm-hmm.
As he just kind of walks beside you, hands in his sleeves of his cloak. He goes, so, Paladin, I
Indeed.
have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you completely human?
That's an interesting question. I'd like to know why you ask.
He goes, oh, no reason, just I sense a strange divinity coming from you.
Am I a human? I would say if you asked me that question yesterday, I would have said yes.
Good to know. Your friends are interesting, to say the least.
Yes, they are.
And then may I ask about the stragglers? As he looks back, he's mentioning the retainers.
I want to, before I proceed, I'd like to know, I'd like to get a sense of where he's coming from. Is he an arrogant guy like me, or is you know?
Make me an insight check.
Thank you. What do you say?
You're not 100% certain on how he's acting. Based off of kind of how he's holding himself, you might be able to assume that he's a bit more arrogant. But these questions obviously are like a little more direct.
Mm-hmm.
So it could go either way. Either he's just a very direct person, or he could like be arrogant and kind of hold himself to a higher standard.
I see. Well, the stragglers are, they work for me. My position affords certain perks. I don't always have to get my own drinks, if you know what I mean.
So then you're saying you come from a wealthy family, or you yourself are quite wealthy?
I do okay. Let's put it. Absolutely. I mean, the answer, yeah, absolutely. Let's just say I enjoy my privilege.
Well, that is good to hear. Our kind need to try to stay at the top, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
As he just kind of smirks at you. He holds out his coin pouch, and you see it's almost like engorged. It's filling to the brim, and he just kind of shakes it and then puts it back into his sleeves.
I do like the equivalent of whatever a salute would be. I don't know, probably one of these, perhaps. Or okay.
Yeah, it would be like kind of like the chest kind of pound.
Yeah.
So you and Killick are kind of bonding a bit over being rich and noble.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the rogue and the cleric.
As Tira, just walking back with Tilraven's like, boys will be boys, am I right?
Is that just a thing that only boys do among most species because I would have said that it was pretty common even among girls.
Well, I guess it depends. I've never been that quite aggressive, but I've definitely seen many. I've seen many women be able to hold their own against any man. So I could see where you're coming from. I assume, like you said, where you're from, that it's quite common for everyone to be aggressive.
I don't know if aggressive is the right word. Physically competitive?
I was quite physically competitive with many of my brothers. I'm the youngest of my family.
I was right in the middle.
Yes. Oh, so you do have a family as well.
Yes, but I'm not a black sheep. They don't object to me, they just don't understand me.
Ah, well, that's where me and you differ, unfortunately. I was kind of disowned from my family. Got into trouble with the law one too many times. Sticky fingers and all. So, if you don't mind me asking, why exactly though your family may not have understood you, why did you leave them and choose to become an adventurer?
Oh, I didn't choose exactly to become an adventurer. I just chose to strike off on my own.
Ah, so it's the old tale of you didn't choose to be an adventurer, but the adventuring life chose you.
Am I an adventurer? I suppose I am.
Well,
Strange.
you have a group that you go out on missions with, as she points to Irenaeus and Jonald as they're like talking with the other members. And you've completed a job together and gained some coin. In fact, most of the time, if it was just a job, you would have separated by now and gone back to your homes. But it seems you're all staying together again. If you're not an adventurer already, I would say you're definitely on your way to becoming one.
Do adventurers even have homes?
Well, sometimes. Every now and then, adventurers create a homestead, especially when they have become tired or just really want a place to be able to regroup. Some of them are considered, well, murder hobos. But those are the quite aggressive ones that always go from home to home, or go from area to area without really stopping. Me, I would definitely like to have a home again. We have a base of operations in Free City, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's my home. And then this type of conversation just kind of continues amongst all of you. Pretty much the whole journey there. Halfway there, you guys take a long rest as, like I said, it's a day's journey. So, I mean, you don't have to roll another long rest since you just had one. But you guys rest and relax. And then you begin the next day's journey, continuing onward until you guys finally make it to the Whispering Cairn. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Excellent.
Where we will pick up next time with you guys being at the Whispering Cairn.
Okay.
All right, and is that next week or the week after?
That will be next week.
Okay.
Okay, see you guys in a week.
All right.
Sounds good.
Before everyone. All right. Well, I assumed she enjoyed it then. She was excited. I was just gonna.
No, she back.
Oh, now she's back.
Do
I was
we,
just gonna say before everyone heads off, I want to get your thoughts on it. Make sure you guys are having a good time and seeing if this is something that you would like to continue playing. Because obviously, first session is always free, and I didn't want to charge anybody until you were like certain this was something you wanted to continue and play with.
I'm wondering how I might put this. I have no clue what this adventure is like, but I know that it. But what I do know is that it exists. Like you didn't. This is not a homebrew. This is a thing that exists. Without spoiling anything, like I know that Curse of Strahd is a vampire thing, and there's a lot of death. You know, I know that Wild Beyond the Witchlight is lighthearted. You know, combat is optional. Is there anything you can tell me about, like what we have in store without without ruining it?
This won't ruin it. This was originally an adventure path for 3.5. It was like a short adventure that was originally made. People enjoyed it so much that they basically worked on this and created it into a full campaign. So it's like a bunch of people came together, wrote this whole thing together, which is what I'm reading off of and I'm basing it through. And then I went through and converted a lot of it to 5e because it was still made for 3.5. But this type of adventure is more eldritch horror based kind of monsters without like, you know, there's going to be some like of the like gruesome details of like the monsters you're going to see. They're going to be like disgusting and stuff. But obviously this is not as lighthearted as some of the other ones. I'm still going to try to run it a bit more open to where obviously not every, like there are some scripted things, but I will work around it if you guys make a decision that's like, okay, I didn't see that coming. Because you're absolutely allowed to make something that I didn't see. It's just going to build onto it and make it better. But I would say that's what you're probably in store for, is more of an eldritch horror, kind of like end of the world kind of like game where it's like, okay, we've got to like take care of this, kind of like what your mission was given. Like there's a darkness coming and we've got to take care of it, or else it's going to spread and it's just going to be unstoppable.
I see.
Well,
Okay.
I know that I want to play. I think I mentioned to you previously that I've had a whole lot of false starts on Age of Worms. Never made it past the first module, so like I've got like hints of spoilers, but nothing like major. So, and also everybody of course runs their intro a little bit differently. So
yeah, and I was gonna say, because I think you've tried joining the campaign before, and I just didn't get anyone to start up. If I remember correctly, it could have been someone else. But
yeah, I also played with some friends and didn't make it very far. Back when 3.5 was the current edition.
oh goodness. Dang. Well, I'm hoping that you're all going to enjoy this. I mean, you seem like you guys are into it. Obviously, I don't want to force you into a game that you wouldn't enjoy, but I do think this is going to be a fun adventure. It's gonna be a little bit different than a lot of the other modules that are run. Like I said, because this is more eldritch horror, where you're gonna run into some things that are like, what is that? And they are like official monsters in D&D as well. Like they have stats and everything. They're just not used very often. So it'll be interesting, just like the troglodytes. Troglodytes, I don't know how often you guys have ever run into those in a game, but like those are like official in the monster manual and everything.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure that everyone is cool and wanting to continue with this, because obviously I don't want to keep putting more effort into it if you guys are like, I don't really want to keep going.
My only comment, look, I think you're doing a great job. I think the only I need to get better. I feel like I need to get better at this in order, because it's not just what you give to us; it's what we put in, and I feel like I'm not as experienced as the other two here. These guys are great.
The more you do it, the easier it's going to become. I think you did great tonight. I think you all did great tonight. You all did great role play. And I think you also did great in combat. That was a bit rougher combat than I was expecting. But it turned out really well, and I think it really showed your guys as kind of like, all right, we can work together and we can get this, like, we can survive, we can get this going.
Yeah.
And plus, it's not about how good you are, really. It's like, as long as you're having fun, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
As long as you're having fun and not ruining anybody else's fun.
Yeah.
I hear you. Minor thing.
Follow the law,
Go
follow
ahead.
the law of Wheaton.
Oh yeah, right. Minor thing. We now have a rogue in the group, and she says that I get the impression that she's gonna pickpocket. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna take the paladin thing very seriously, but I'm not under any oath yet, as I understand it. So
Yes.
okay, cool.
No, yeah. If she does pickpocket you guys, and you find out, and you're gonna uphold. You're like, I'm a paladin. I'm arresting you, or I'm gonna fight you. Like, I'm not gonna stop you from that because that 100% makes sense. That's your character.
But before I hit level 3, I want to reserve the right to not do that because I'm not under an oath. That's all I'm saying. Do you see my point? Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine too. I would
Yeah.
say because at your current level, that would 100% make sense.
And
Okay.
depending on which oath you choose, it might not even be a big deal.
Exactly. I don't even know yet. I really don't know yet. So
You guys will stay level 1 right now.
Mhm.
Next session, you will more than likely become level 2 as one of the, because this is a milestone, so things have to happen for you to be able to level up. There will be times that you'll probably level up a lot faster, but right now you guys will stay at level 1 until you reach that milestone, which will be next session.
okay.
I really like the idea, not to like choose your character or anything, just for like my personal preference. I like
Mhm.
Oath of Vengeance for like monster campaigns, because it's like Eldritch Horror and Oath of Vengeance is like, I'm gonna slay all these monsters.
Yeah, I know.
But then
Well, any comments, any questions before we just completely call it?
I don't think so.
did you have fun, Darian?
I had so much fun. I always have fun DMing. I always have fun seeing everyone's different play styles and how they react in the game and how they react to the world. It makes me happy. Cool. Well, then we will go ahead and call it. Thank you all for playing. I had a blast with every single one of you. I will see you guys all next week. Same time, 7 o'clock on Thursday. If anyone has any questions throughout the week, feel free to message me. I'll message you as quick as I can. And if you have any concerns or anything, just let me know as well. And then other than that, I will see you guys all next week.
Okay. See ya.
We're having too much fun, Darian. That's the biggest concern.
I know.
All right, I'll make it less fun.
All right.
All right.
I'll
Take
see you
care.
guys later.
All right, bye.
See ya.